Surbiton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire is also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Seriously?
Oh my goodness, mate.
Is this the best we can do?
I mean, every time.
Is this the best that talkSPORT, the world's biggest sports radio station, can do? After all the focus groups, after all the meetings, after all the work that Charlie and I do behind the scenes, after all the schmoozing, after all the golf we've done with the executives, after all the dinners, and this is what we get served. Every one of those dinners, me and Charlie, I don't want to go. I
don't want to go to this meeting.
I don't want to hang around with the suits. They all think they know about stuff they don't know.
It does sound like we're in an episode of Terry and June, Max. I don't want to play with. I don't want to Medford.
Terry and June or Succession. It depends how you want it. In many ways, they're the same show. People said Succession was very much the Terry and June for United States. Come on, let's stop doing entertaining radio. We can't do that sort of stuff with this kind of music. Somebody
do
somewhere.
something. Oh,
yes,
okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Now we're ready.
Hold tight.
Okay. Right, just a bit of housekeeping. Could someone let Charlie in the Zoom?
Someone let me in the Zoom. For goodness
Someone
sake.
let Charlie in the Zoom. If you want the Zoom address, http://News UK.
Tried 3 times to get in the Zoom. Let me in the Zoom.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. It is talkSPORT. My name's Max Rushden. Alongside me, Charlie Baker. And Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired warm-up, Max, on Saturday, the 25th of October, 2025. And at 12:30, it's Coventry v Watford in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive, presented by Faker Brothers. Commentary from Adam Bridge. Oh, no. And former Scotland striker, Chris Hualumo. The OP producer.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
1. And then at 1 in the Zoom with Adrian Durham, the best in the business, Scott Minty Minto, and Mickey Gray. It's live on talkSPORT. Adrian Durham, forget it, the best in the business, you piece of muck, with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Chelsea, the Blues, versus Sunderland, the Black Cats, and Newcastle, the Magpies, versus Fulham, the Cottagers, plus a classified results service at 17:50. Notabalazze. Adrian and Scott Minter at Chelsea, and Mickey Gray is at Newcastle. At 15 o'clock, it's Millwall v Leicester in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive.
Not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV.
It is not on UK
Not on UK TV. Go get it! It's presented by Faker Others. Commentary from Ian, the Duke of Knutsford Dance Danter, and former Arsenal winger Perry Groves, the OB producer. It's Ian Dance Danter! Woo! Go get it! And then at 20 o'clock, it's Brentford.
What?
Versus Liverpool. In the Premier League, it's a talkSPORT exclusive. Presented by Rashman Chowdhury. Coming from Jim Torquay United Proudfoot, and former England captain Stuart Pearce, the OB producer. It's Sal Ahmad. Get it? And then at 19:30/22 o'clock, it's Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley at the O2 Arena.
They'll be late. No,
it's on talkSPORT 2 at 19:30, and then on talkSPORT at 22 o'clock. For the main event, we have boxing. Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley, presented by Gareth A. Davis. Commentary from Spencer Oliver, Paul Smith, Adam Reed, and Andy Clark, the OB producer. It's Ed Huntley. Go get it! It's Big Ticket Live, Premier League, Championship, and boxing action. You can't afford to miss.
Barry's been in touch.
Okay, good morning, Barry. Barry Glendenning, or...?
I don't think Barry Glendenning, but I mean, he normally just messages me. No, watching this on YouTube, says Barry. The Bridge Over Troubled Water rendition was so heartfelt.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I teared up. Ryan says, petition to get Art Garfunkel in the studio to perform the Go Get It as a guest artist. Can you imagine that?
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Blow the whole budget of talkSPORT. We sit there in a proper meeting and they say, well, no, look, we could get one more package of Premier League rights, guys. We could try and get maybe the 4 o'clock on a Sunday. That would be a good one to get. Hang on. Whoa. Hold the horses. We're in touch with Art Garfunkel. And what we could do is every time Adam Bridge is OB producing, we get Art in.
Art turns up
live at News UK.
Lovely.
He does 1 minute. We give him, what's the Premier League package? Couple of billion?
Yeah, he'd
we
love
give him
that.
$1 billion for that. I think he would be.
He'd be excellent.
If management are listening.
Why aren't they listening? I mean, maybe they've not.
The opening 10 minutes. The opening 10 minutes.
Off.
You've got to speculate.
Even them. Off. These two idiots.
You've got to speculate to accumulate. And getting Garfunkel in, Ryan, it's an absolutely brilliant idea.
Be great, wouldn't it? Be really good. Max, people listening in record numbers we hear this week. So thank you very much to everybody who's listening.
People have not got anything better to do.
I know, honestly. Listening to this rubbish. Unbelievable. I wanted to say...
You're all welcome to the family.
Standing together, as you are, Max, I'm sure, with Sheffield Wednesday fans this week. Having been in administration as a football club, it is a precarious and difficult position to be in, and you feel all at sea because your anchor, which is your football team a lot of the time, which anchors to the place you live, anchors you to your family, gives you something to do on a Saturday and something that you love and your heart and soul is under threat of being taken away, and I stand with all those Sheffield Wednesday fans, and I hope it gets sorted out very, very soon.
I give you a round of applause, and I couldn't have said it any better myself. And I'll say this most of the times when you say things, I think I could have said.
You think I could have said that better, and then sometimes you'll say it again a week later as your own thought.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do I do that?
Sometimes, yeah. And then sometimes you'll write a column about it at the same time as well. Something I've said, which is good, isn't it?
What have I stolen from you?
What
did I steal? What?
And also, Max.
Well, hang on. Oh, here we go.
Talk Truro away at Gateshead.
Oh, I see. This is the end of. Can we just say, just for the record?
Yeah.
That's the end of the criticisms of me from you, and now we're on to something else.
Now we're on something else.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Well, you criticised me, so I just hit back. That's what it was.
No, yeah, you're a bit like Jamie like that. A bit like Mrs. Rushden when I'll say, really, if we could keep the drain, that little drain bit in the plug, so that the spaghetti doesn't go down the plug
if you could,
and then she says, well, you've ruined my life. I'm like, whoa, it's 2 foot.
Yeah. And here's a list of ways you've done it.
Well, I've never loved you and I hate you. I was just talking about the draining. I was just talking about the draining.
I didn't know we were going to get into that. Didn't know we were going to get into why a big pile of clothes next to my bed. I didn't know why we were going to get into that.
You've ruined my life. Will in Sheffield's been in touch, so we're going to talk about something.
Hello.
I'm on community. This is good though.
Yeah.
He says I'm on a community litter pick with my daughter.
Oh, that's a good
All
thing
I can think about is litter-related footballers. Best I can do is Neil Tipperley. Help me out.
Nice,
so there we go. Look,
we can't do a bunch of rubbish at our place.
Really
okay,
good.
yeah, sure.
We can't do that for 3 hours.
Thomas Graberson.
Oh, okay, nice.
Grabber, like a litter grabber. Not great, but just...
You say what you were going to say.
I was going to... You think of one.
I'm just going to be thinking, I've got wheelie bin stuck in my head.
So it's Truro v Gateshead today, which is a 920-mile round trip. Congratulations to everyone who's travelling today or went last night in an uncomfortable manner. Because I heard some people interviewed yesterday... And they're going, oh, yeah, we're doing the away trip, big away trip, 920 miles round trip. Oh, yeah. And they were flying, Max, which is cheating. That means you don't get to, unless it's uncomfortable and it's a horrible trip and a horrible journey, it takes you hours, it does not count.
Coach or nothing. Even train is cheating.
Even train is cheating. Truro to Gateshead on the train will be no fun, Max. So I'm letting people...
Is it not direct?
No, you'd have to go... I reckon you'd have to go Truro to Plymouth or Truro to Exeter and then change. And then you've got to get northeast and you are southwest. You're going southwest to northeast. You've got to traverse the country. The whole country. Disastrous.
Sadly, I haven't thought of one footballer with bin, apart from Fred Binney, of course. But that's cheating.
Okay, you say something and I'll try and think of one. Carry on.
Okay, good stuff. Well, that is... So what is that a text topic or you just wanted to say that it's cheating to fly to a football match?
Well, it means people can take it how they want to take it. Terrible away journeys is like a tap-in, but, someone can do better than that, I'm sure.
Roberto Bimbaggio, Leroy Litter, Oliver Skip, Trashley Cole. Here we go. Good
Lovely stuff. Well, I was only just been let in the Zoom, and I've currently not got the message board in front of me either. So far, it's like I'm not in the show. But good luck with it.
You're making a good stab at being.
Good stab at having a go at it. Having a go.
Dan says to clarify, unless Max plans on completely ignoring the text board, no, that is not the end of the criticism of him for the day. Binny Jones, this is good fun.
Binny Jones,
Sylvan Dustbin, really nice. Anyway, this is all brought to you with Travis Perkins, medium pacer, who's currently playing in the Sheffield Shield for Western Australia. Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Kwaku Afari is next. Bin Laurie Sanchez, Recycle
nice.
James, Jimmy Floyd Bottle Bank.
But that's the best one so far.
Yeah.
Jimmy Floyd Bottle Bank.
Yeah, this is good. Waterston Village FC, Detritus Bramble.
That's good.
Neil
Yeah,
says
very
Kieran Fly Tipia.
Fly tippy is
This is
lovely.
from Dessa's
isn't it?
Better. Pierre Litter Basket. Instead
very
of Pierre
nice.
Litter Basket.
Very nice.
And I do like Waterston Village FC as well, saying, are the litter pickers being supervised by Reggie Debris? Really good. Okay, well, that'll
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, the winner there, but that is sort of name that if the general public were asked to name a bottle bank, that's the sort of thing they'd come up with, isn't it?
It was a close race between Jimmy Floyd Bottle Bank and Bottle Bank McBottlebank.
Exactly. Yeah, they always do that one
I
now.
almost slipped on that.
Got a bit hacky. Yeah, I mean, you were nearly not even allowed on Clips of the Week then.
It was one where a newsreader dropped the worst word ever.
Yeah.
Me and Barry couldn't stop laughing for 2 hours, but it didn't make it because you're not allowed to.
There is a Clips of the Week tape that Paul and Andy say that on their last ever show they will. In 25 years' time, when that is,
Go down in flames.
Burn the place down.
Yeah, you may have noticed this is Max and Charlie, by the way, on the warm-up in partnership with Travis Perkins, doing all matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. West Ham, not very good. It was live on talkSPORT last night. They lost at Ellen Road. Leeds were good. Here's how it sounded.
Here they're marching on together, and Leeds feels united. West Ham certainly doesn't.
But nothing will happen if we don't change.
Into the path of Aronson, and Aronson scores inside the first 3 minutes at Ellen Road. What was that for defending? You can't call it defending. Right foot in towards the near post. It's headed in by Rodon. It's 2-0. West Ham United are warming up. Callum Wilson away to our left-hand side. 15 minutes in.
We need a different individual up front. That was the main reason.
There is every chance that by the time we get to Monday morning, West Ham can be bottom of the Premier League.
You need to show a spirited Hartford performance and a Hartford win.
Well, let's give credit to Leeds. Energetic, they move the ball extremely well. Bowen picks it up. Dripping wet, sends it in towards Fernandez, and there's a flick off the back of his head and into the far corner. There was a late flurry, but it was nothing more than that. There are no happy hammers right now. Leeds United 2, West Ham 1.
Let's talk to Will Pugh, sort of generally pessimistic. I mean, maybe he's not in life, might be a real optimist, but whenever you're on, you're here to talk about West Ham. Will, from The Sun, host of the We Are West Ham podcast. How are you, Will?
Hello, Will.
Well, Max, it's not lost on me that you only ever ask me on after West Ham have been humped. Or are just generally rubbish. You never call me when we're doing well in Europe.
No, that's true.
That is
true.
We must have had we must have had Will on when they won Europe. The whole of Europe.
When we
got an agenda against West Ham after what they did to time difference. Remember?
Oh yeah,
they sacked Graham Potter at the wrong time.
Yes, and they've not won. They've not won since, Max. They've not won since.
Good,
Beware.
but how was that? Like, you were there last night. How was it?
Yeah, I'm at Woolly Edge Services at the moment. 3 hours, 42 minutes to go on the way back to London. It was awful. It was really bad. And one thing I just sort of matter of correction, really. I heard in your little tee up there, Max, saying West Ham weren't very good. Leeds were. Leeds, just like so many teams that West Ham have played in the last 18 months, didn't have to get out of third gear to get 3 points off of West Ham. That's one of the things that's most frustrating for so many of our fans. The teams are just having to turn up, do some semi-normal things that a professional football club should do, and they walk away with 3 points. And it was the same again last night, just gifting goals. The defence is awful. The corner stat that I saw this morning, West Ham have conceded 9 corners after 9 games. The next best or the next worst team in that list is on 3, and it's the most corners conceded after 9 games in Premier League history. And again, the next on that list is 3. It's just it's a shambles.
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher was interesting, and I sort of thought this, but I thought it can't be right. You know, when he goes, they've got no legs. They're just apart from Jarrod Bowen, they're just all slow. And you sort of think with all the data analytics, you just wouldn't buy an entire squad of slow people. I mean, literally, you wouldn't even need analytics. You just think maybe some people who could run would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favourite phrases when watching football and when fans talk about football is you don't need an UEFA Pro license to see and then insert blatantly obvious thing that you're observing about your football club next. And that's exactly right. Andy Irving, I think, was in your year at school, Max, and him and Thomas Souček as a two-man midfield. I just honestly, exactly that. Ollie Scholes just started the game. He was unlucky to get injured, and then Nuno was sort of forced to change it round from there. But I was so enthused when Nuno came in, and I don't know, it's just like he's pranking us all by playing the fullbacks on the opposite sides, which doesn't really make sense. Callum Wilson, I don't think anyone was super enthused about his signing, but he seems to have a bit of a vendetta against him. But when we clearly don't have a centre forward, it just seems an odd approach to make Paqueta play up there. Yeah, I was really excited when he came in. We had a good draw at Everton, then you lose at Arsenal, which everyone can kind of accept. But the two games since then have been an absolute travesty.
Maybe he's allergic to London. Maybe he gets nervous, like on the tube, and like when he sees like Buckingham Palace and like in Trafalgar Square and stuff. Maybe it gets a bit big for him in his head that he's suddenly in London, because he wasn't great at Spurs, was he? Now he's at West Ham. So maybe it's a London thing, or do you put it down to bad signings in the window?
I mean, there is that. We have got to sort of point out that one can only play the cards that they are dealt. And although I think most West Ham fans, particularly the last two games, think he could have played them in a slightly or a considerably different way, the squad is terrible. It is really weak. Going forward, we look good. I mean, lots of teams, and I'm sure if and when we go down at the end of the season, we'll be glad to sign Somerville and Bowen and Lucas Paqueta when he's on his day. But at the back, I mean, Max Kilman and Jean-Claire Todibo, I think Kilman was £40 million. Hasn't played a good game, I don't think, for West Ham. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, how he won Player of the Year last year, I don't know. Just both of them, Wan-Bissaka and Todibo, just standing still, looking at the ball as Areola makes a good save for Leeds to prod it in for the opener. The defence is woeful, and getting overrun in midfield all the time. It's not good. And Magassa, who we signed from Monaco in the summer, was sort of supposed to be the answer to that. Must be really bad in training, because he's been left out for Souček and Irving the last two games. Although Souček, legend as he is, he's not a sort of mobile, energetic, all-action player, particularly if he's playing in a sort of a two, basically.
Jared Bowen looks like he's carrying the team. Did a beautiful overhead kick last night. Was it a bicycle kick or an overhead kick? I'll let you be.
I'll go bicycle.
I'm going to go bicycle, okay. It's a bad year to be in a bad team if he wants to go to the World Cup, Will.
Yeah, true. I mean, on one hand, I suppose it could be a negative. On the other hand, playing in that team shows every single week quite how much better he is than literally every single other West Ham player. He's a cut above the rest. He's the only player last season, in my opinion, who could hold his head up high and feel like he earned his money. And it's the same again this year, really. Everyone kind of gives him a bit of grief about whether he's captain material. He's a quiet character anyway, but he leads by example. There are, and have been, a bit of a cut from the Martin Odegaard cloth, really, sort of leading by example rather than shouty and screamy Mark Noble style. Wonderful player. And I think lots of fans sort of look at it, and I saw a few tweets last night just saying he deserves better just as much as the fans do, really. You just sort of... it's hard to sort of... I'm very aware that you said I was pessimistic about all things West Ham at the beginning, but there was little to be optimistic about.
No, and also, like, finally, well, it's, like, above the manager, right? There are lots of West Ham fans are not happy with the ownership. And so I wonder what you think and how you think this will play out eventually, both with Nuno and the ownership, and where things might end up at the end of this season.
Yeah, well, there was a boycott for the Brentford game last week. 20,000 fans didn't turn up for the game. Obviously impossible to say whether every single one of those was boycotting, but a significant amount of West Ham fans did. The club made it kids for £1 beforehand to try and sort of tame some of the impact of all the empty seats. I think one thing that we can say without any shadow of a doubt is David Sullivan is not very good at being a director of football. That's what it boils down to. I mean, and it's just a bit old hat, isn't it? Where the owners are also a bit 1990s, where the owners are also the ones making decisions. What Premier League football team these days sort of hit regularly in the top half, as the owner also making the decisions. They all have sporting directors or directors of football, i.e. professional, capable people who can do that job. It's a job in itself which requires an awful lot of talent. And he tried it once with Tim Stuyton, but just because it didn't work out, you go again, you appoint another one. You don't just water the position down. He gave it to Carl McCauley, who was at Brighton under Graham Potter. I think no one at West Ham or in the wider football world looks at the way West Ham has been run in the since sort of David Sullivan and David Gold took over all those years ago. No one looks at it and goes, "Oh, brilliant! I'd love our club to be running in that fashion." There's obviously worse ones out there, but I think that's what it boils down to. Most of the fans, like quite understandably, would like a change in ownership. But from my point of view, it's as much about just having the humility, I suppose, from Sullivan to stand back and go, "I'm not very good at being a director of football. Let's let someone else do it." But I just don't think he's got that in him.
It's a slow turnaround, that, isn't it?
Have a lovely 3.5-hour drive.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Back home, Will.
Thanks very much. Signing out from Optimistic Will.
Good man. Well, for you there. Journalist for The Sun, host of the We Are West Ham podcast. And we'll look ahead to all the games of the Premier League this afternoon with Quoke Fire in a second. Good afternoon. No, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
A very good morning to you.
That's it, morning, this one. Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you until the 1, which will be in the afternoon. I was just looking ahead. Two different versions. Anyway, it's Max Rush and Charlie Baker here until 1. Let's bring on Kwaku Afari.
Let's go surfing now.
Everybody's learning how. Kwaku Afari with me.
Yeah. So cool.
How you getting on, guys?
Yeah, good, Quake.
Notice Charlie once again, not in shades for us.
Not in
throwing
shades, no.
shade. He understands it's a positive show. He's like a chameleon. He'll do whatever you want him to do.
But it does look like there's someone standing behind him, but it's just a coat
facing the wall.
hung up.
It's like somebody. I mean, this is no use to listen
to anyone listening.
But radio's not for listeners anymore. It is as if he's put someone in detention and he's made them stand against the wall with their face.
Stand in the corner
against the wall. Anyway, how are you, Quaker? Let's start with no early kickoff. This is why we're here until 1. But let's start with Chelsea Sunderland.
Yes.
3 o'clock kickoff.
It's a good game. This is a really good game.
Yeah, Sunderland are decent. They're, better at home, but they have had a really good start. Chelsea are starting to click, are they, Kwaku?
Yeah, starting to click. 4 wins on the bounce. There was a big win in midweek in the Champions League. Chelsea started to find something and stumbled across Mark Guéhi, who was the player that Chelsea sent out on loan to Sunderland. He came on a half-time against Nottingham Forest last weekend, was a great focal point for Chelsea. And then in midweek in the Champions League, scored his first European goal first Champions League goal for Chelsea. And I think it adds a new dynamic to this Chelsea team, who've severely missed Liam Delap. Since he's gone out with an injury, he's actually nearing fitness. But yeah, Chelsea are in great form heading into this one. But Chelsea and Sunderland are on identical records. They've both won 4, drawn 2, lost 2. And Sunderland are off the back of a win against Wolves last week. And what I really like about Sunderland is Regis Labrie is, even in their wins, is critical and wants more. It's not a case of they're just happy to be here. They really want to compete and they expect to compete against good side. So it's going to be a tough game for Chelsea, despite the fact that they are heading to this game in really good form. And I do expect Chelsea to win this one, but I don't expect Sunderland to make it easy for them.
Are you surprised how well the promoted teams have done, Kwaku? Not really happened before, is it? But they all seem to be doing okay.
Yeah, I am fairly surprised. I think because of the last couple of seasons where the newly promoted teams went straight back down, I think most people expected the same thing to happen this year, but they've been really competitive. If you think about last night, Leeds got a huge win against West Ham, and they're all out of the relegation zone, and we're almost a quarter into the season. So they've all got great chances of staying up. Sunderland are definitely the pick of the bunch in terms of the results so far, but they've all shown something. They're all going to rely on their home form, and that's what I think makes it difficult for Sunderland today. They are travelling to Stamford Bridge. It is a long journey, and it's a Chelsea team that have ambitions of not just qualifying for the Champions League through their league position, but really ruffling the feathers of the top sides. And there's an opportunity to do that if you look at the vulnerability of Liverpool and you look at the inconsistencies of Man City. Chelsea can go and do that. But in terms of these promoted sides, I'm being really impressed. I thought it was more of a hope that Sunderland will stay up because of the story and how young the side were and how good they were in the Championship last year and the way they came up. But they've shown that at this level they can compete with anybody. And so Chelsea are going to have to be the absolute best to get a win today.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting there. And actually what it does is it makes the relegation picture really, really interesting, because you imagine that they will revert to the mean and they'll have tough times. Leeds will, and Burnley will, and Sunderland will, and none of them are miles away from, points wise from the bottom 3 because it's so early in the season. But you do think, like that result last night for West Ham, I know we talked about it, Quaker, was because they lost to Leeds, which is a team they will be competing with. It's in the same way that Wolves lost to Sunderland, right? They are massive sort of 6 point
those
swings,
mini leagues, yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Newcastle Fulham, 3 o'clock. How do you see that one?
Yeah, both of these sides have been inconsistent in the league. Newcastle, of course, off the back of a big win in the Champions League midweek, beating Benfica, and that should raise confidence. But in the league, despite the fact Newcastle have played well, they've struggled to put together consistent results, and they find themselves in the bottom half of the table. Like you mentioned, Max, it's still early in the season, but we are heading into we're a quarter of the way through after this game. So Newcastle do need to start picking up results on a more consistent basis. That lovely goal from Volkmaar last week against Brighton, he's settled
great,
in,
isn't he? He's great.
Oh, he's amazing. And I think in another era of football, you'd have him next to a nippy striker and they'd form an incredible front two. And I think there's an opportunity for Eddie Howe to do that when Johan Visa returns to the side, maybe go over 4-4-2 and have Voltemade playing off of Visa. And I'm excited to see how that will work. And they certainly haven't missed Alexander Isak in terms of the goal return. But Newcastle do have ambitions of being a side that constantly qualifies for the Champions League through their league position. And so they do need to start picking up results. And they're taking on the Fulham side that are really, really struggling at the moment. They've lost 3 games in a row. There have been tough fixtures, but Fulham have got good players, and Fulham were a good side last season. I know that they maybe don't have the same investment as other sides in and around them, so it's going to be difficult for them to challenge for European places. But I feel like where they're at in the league right now is not really, it doesn't really reflect where I think they will be at the end of the season. They've got a really good manager, Marco Silva. They've got a good group of players, but the last couple of weeks have been really, really difficult for them.
Every time Voltemade scores, right, what do you think Isak does? What do you think he's...
Vomits.
Heads down. Do you think he's like
straight out?
At training, is he first there and last to leave, or is he like head down and like, I didn't see it. I didn't see it actually. Oh, he scored, did he? Oh, I didn't see it.
I don't think he'll mind. I'm not sure. Man United, Brighton could be 3 in a row for United.
Yeah, it could be 3 in a row for Man United. It was such a dramatic and big win for Man United last week against Liverpool. And yeah, they've under Amram, they have struggled to put together consistent results, but they will look at this as a turning point, right? I think we start to see the semblance of his system working and players starting to understand his system. And I think it was huge for Man United that players that you maybe point to as being the faces of Manchester United failure over the last 5 or 6 years put on really good performances. You think about Harry Maguire scoring the winning goal. Bruno Fernandes was really good against Liverpool. Luke Shaw was really good as well. And they're going to have to rely on these players because they have got the experience. And if you're going to turn things around in a very competitive Premier League, you're going to have to rely on experience. But Brighton are difficult, and Newcastle found that out last week. There's not going to be easy for Man United, but if there's any opportunity for that geezer who's growing his hair to cut his hair, this is the run of games to do it. I think Man United at home against Brighton, off the back of that win against Liverpool, should go and win this game.
Maybe. I mean, Keith Andrews does look a little bit like the guy who's not cutting his hair until Man United.
Keith really works on that hair.
Great, that hair is amazing, unbelievable. He's such a handsome guy, Keith. He looks like he's sort of made of plastic. He's such a good-looking guy. Is that
a compliment?
Yeah, he's like an action figure, isn't he? He looks incredible on the sidelines. But Brentford v Liverpool at the G-Tech live on talkSPORT. I fancy Liverpool here to get a few.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I'm not too sure. It was a good win for Liverpool in the Champions League midweek against Frankfurt, and that hopefully for them will raise confidence, but I'm still not fully convinced. What they did stumble upon though is a winning formula without Mo Salah. So that's the biggest thing for me in terms of looking at the team sheet. Will Mo Salah start on the right hand side for Liverpool? Ekitike, he's unfortunate in this situation in terms of the players that Liverpool brought in. He's been the one that's performed at the highest level, but because of Isak and other players playing in his position, hasn't really had the consistent run of games since Isak's come into this side. But he scored in midweek against his former side in Frankfurt, and I expect him to start this game. It's Mo Salah that I've got questions about. Isak came off against Frankfurt with an injury, so we'll see if he plays this game. But it's not going to be easy against Brentford. I think Brentford, they don't get the credit for the performance they've put in this season. Of course, they turned over Manchester United, got an impressive draw against Chelsea, should have got more in that game. And the narrative when they beat West Ham was all about West Ham, how poor West Ham looked and how terrible they are. But Brentford were really good and could have scored more goals. And think about the circumstances surrounding the football club, not just losing their manager and Thomas Frank, but losing a couple of key players as well. And Keith Andrews has done a good job. A lot of people had Brentford pegged to go down because of those losses, but he's done a very good job in stabilising the football club. And I fancy them to get a draw against Liverpool today.
Okay. Thanks, Kwaku. Good
Thanks,
to have you on.
Kwaku.
Take care.
Kwaku Afaro there. Yeah, and like an action man, nothing downstairs at all.
That's really just smooth. It's just smooth, is it? I didn't know that. How do you know that?
I just know all these things.
Can
I just say, so Brentford Liverpool tonight is live on talkSPORT.
Yeah.
Reshman is your host, Jim Proutford, your commentator. Alongside him will be Stuart Pearce. And he, knowing Stuart, he will not want anyone to make a fuss. No. And after what he's been through the last couple of weeks, I'm sure everybody listening will just want to send. And I talked about it on Monday with Andy, and I don't know if you've spoken about it this week, Charlie, but we have such affection for him on this show. He's so brilliant when he comes on, and we have such a lovely chat. We don't really talk about football and life and stuff, and I just wanted to say, credit that guy for coming into work and doing his job. And he won't want anyone to make a fuss, but just all of my heart goes out to Stuart. And from this show, from everyone talkSPORT, and everyone said it, but we all mean it. Like, not everyone loves everyone within this building, like any workplace, but everybody loves Stuart Pearce, and we send you our love. It is Max and Charlie here until 1.
low. I wish I was a little bit taller.
So it's time for How Tall Are They? And Charlie, you'll remember 2 weeks ago, the competition was brought into a mire of controversy.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
It was. Let's have a listen.
Slightly embarrassing.
How tall is David Ellery? Let's have a listen.
Let's have a listen to that. Might have booked you. Why don't we have a listen to that?
Yeah, the headmaster. I'm going to say that he is 5'10".
5'10", Danny Kelly.
I would have gone for the same. He's a long streak, isn't he? So I'll go 5'11".
Perry Groves. He's won the game.
No, but we have to say.
On the back of being told that he knows the question in advance. Yeah.
No.
For the tape, Perry, your honesty. You know the honesty for putting your hands up in the WhatsApp group. We couldn't actually find the height of David Ellery, so we got it by looking at a photo of him standing next to Roy Keane, and we reckoned he was about an inch shorter.
Okay.
So we're going to say
Danny,
still 2-0. Still 2-0 to Perry.
Okay.
We're not giving you that one.
Why not?
So it's
because we guessed the height. Wow.
There we are.
Wow, what a mess.
It was a mess.
Noisy show, isn't it?
Turned out after that, it's a noisy show that Danny Kelly won. But now this show is obviously, we pretend it's aimed at listeners. It is only aimed at Ali McCoist, and he was upset.
Yeah.
So there's a rematch. Ali says, I'm all over it. A win for Justice and Mrs. Kelly. The feeling in the car of football-bound family is one of relief and anticipation. Let's bring out the contestants.
Good
Danny
news.
Kelly is here.
It's straight in that one, isn't it? It's never quite enough build up, is it?
Actually, I upset because he's away from home. Perry Groves is here too.
Perry Groves. Perry Groves. Perry Groves. Perry Groves.
Right, let's get on with this chat.
Come
How
on
are we?
now.
How do we feel, Perry? How do you feel about the rematch?
Wow.
Perry Groves there.
Common sense has prevailed, and this is the highlight of my broadcasting career, doing the How Tall Are They game from a toilet cubicle.
Oh. And it's good that the reception's so good in there. I can see why you've gone in there. Because the reception's so good. And
hang on, where is he?
He's in,
we don't know. He's in a toilet.
He's at Norman Collier's house, Danny.
Why can't he leave the toilet? You might win by default, Danny. We might have to have a third rematch.
Well, I don't really know why we're having this. Didn't I lose the point and I won the game? Why are we replaying it?
Because Ali McCoist wanted one.
Yeah,
okay, well,
replay.
that's the same logic that when I said I was going to take this to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, Mrs. Kelly said, oh, it's Perry Groves, just go on and do it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This week's How Tall Are They sponsored by Imodium, apparently, if Perry's in there.
Perry, can you hear us, Perry? Because this kind of matters. Can you hear us, Perry?
I can officially say I have left the cubicle.
Okay, good
news. And I'm the one that's talking about loudly, and then everybody's nervous.
That sign behind, he's in the ladies. That ain't right. That's not right.
He just left the cubicle. He's just in the main bit. He's just in the sort of the foyer area, the urinal area of the toilets. Let's play, everybody.
Let's play How Tall Are They before it falls apart again. Here, let's go.
Okay, so you are at home, Perry. What's the score on aggregate? I should know this stuff, shouldn't I? Let me get this. Come on, we've got to know what we're doing here, lads.
Well, it was 1-1,
so
wasn't it?
Perry Groves is 1-0 up on aggregate.
Okay,
that's
1-0
Perry
up.
won 1-0 away at Danny Kelly. He is now at home.
Okay.
He might be late for the news, but you understand it is important. Perry, you're at home and you're 1 up. Okay, we're going after the controversy of last week. We're going controversial players. Perry Groves, how tall is Eric Cantona?
Eric Cantona is 6 foot tall.
Could you repeat that, please?
He said 6 foot tall. Danny Kelly.
Okay.
I think he's that as well, so I'll have to say 6'1".
Oh, 6'2".
He's 6'2".
6'2".
Very, very good.
Still 1-0 to Groves on aggregate. Over to you,
Danny Kelly,
Charlie
how
Baker.
tall is Roy Keane? Soon to have be out in a film, be played by an actor. But Roy Keane, how tall is he?
5'11".
He's 5'11". Perry Groves?
It's a great shout. I'm going to go 5'10".
It's 5'11".
It gets me out of 1-0 Danny Kelly.
So 1 apiece, 1-1 on aggregate. We go back to you, Perry. Controversial footballers. How tall? The late great Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona, how tall?
Slippery little eel.
That is a clue.
That is a clue. Slippery little eel.
Perry Groves.
Perry Groves.
Hi, Perry Groves.
Perry Groves.
Perry Groves in
Come
the toilet.
on, Perry, we need you.
Come on, get out of the toilet. Why can't he leave the toilet?
Why won't
What
this?
I think he's fallen down the toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
Perry Groves has fallen down the toilet.
Perry, you there?
Perry.
This is going so well. I knew it would.
Oh my goodness.
Can we say that again?
There he is.
Just
There we
quick
go.
tunnel.
Diego Maradona.
Diego Maradona.
Maradona is 5'9".
5'9". Danny Kelly.
He is a really small Diego Maradona and really brilliant. I'm going to go 5'7".
5'7", 5'5".
5'5", slippery little heel.
I read that somewhere as well. That's just not right, is it?
There we are.
Again, that is just not true.
Okay, moving on. Moving on.
5'5", he'd be like a mascot.
It's 1-1. Danny Kelly, how tall is Gary Lineker? How tall is Gary?
Seven.
5'11". Perry Groves.
Oh no, I'm going to go an inch below, 5'10".
Perry Groves.
He's 2-1 up on aggregate. You need Danny Kelly needs this, otherwise Perry's through. Les, the Bristol City fan, says this is madness. You told us in the build-up you worked out David Ellery's height because he was stood next to Roy Keane, who was 5'11". Then you asked in the competition, how tall is Roy Keane?
No.
What's going on? Oh dear, another rematch possibly. Okay, Perry, this for the win. This for the win. Carlos Tevez. How tall, Perry, is... And the reason we want it to be visualised is we can have a man standing just in front of a toilet door. How tall is Carlos Tevez?
This is what they had in mind when they built this new studio.
I don't think Carlos Tevez would come up to the sign on the toilet door, so I'm going 5'8".
5'8", Danny Kelly.
I think he's that as well, so I'm going to say 5'9".
Oh, Ronway Reed was 5'7", and Perry Groves is through to the quarterfinals.
Perry takes this. Wow.
How tall is he?
5'7". We don't know.
5'7".
Don't know. No idea, Danny.
5'7", Danny.
So we'll
Wrong
have to
way,
check on
Regals.
we'll check on Maradona, Danny, and if it turns out he was taller than 5'5". Yeah, what is it, Danny?
Think about 5'5". You know, toddlers are 5'5".
Yeah.
He's low centre of gravity, isn't he? Good balance. Little.
Yeah, did have good. Let's face, he did have good balance.
Good balance. He's a slippery little eel, as we know.
Listen, please don't inquire. I can't go through the stress of this again. Also, where will Perry turn up next?
Give my love to Mrs. Kelly.
Give my love to Mrs.
This
Kelly.
feels like
I will.
That felt like a dig.
Good stuff, eh? Perry's through. Unless, of course, there is some controversy. Let us know, 81089, at Max Rush and at Baker's tweet. And Lars Sivington will join us in just a second.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons, though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB, though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Share it with the class.
Mark in Nuneaton. Morning, boys.
Hello, Mark.
Did Matt just say Danny Melbeck? Wine-based footballers.
Oh, yeah, Danny was
we're
on another
here
one.
for
Yeah, Freddie said that. Danny Malbec. Oh, and he is aging like a fine wine, isn't he, Danny? So
Danny
that works, doesn't
Malbec.
it? Go on, then.
It's beautiful.
Go on, then.
Yeah,
We'll do
come
wine
on,
footballers for 20 minutes.
Laurent Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, really good, really good. Just hearing there, Kevin Pressman, he had the greatest penalty of all time.
Oh, yeah, whack.
In the bulletin. Sounded like they interviewed him. Sounded like he was in the same toilet as Perry Groves.
I think he was all the footballers. All the footballers were with Perry Groves in that toilet.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's how
they're scared of that. They're scared of Carell Prince, aren't they? So they're all hiding now.
Yeah, the HMRC. Yeah,
the HMRC. Anyway, it is Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 1, and time to look ahead to today's action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
This could be the last.
Patrick says Lewis Shiraz. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Very nice. Welcome, Lars Siverton.
Hello, Lars.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Yeah, very good. Just trying to think of some wine-based footballers.
Riesling. Karl-Heinz Riesling.
Waiting for you to get on with it about football so I can think of wine-based footballers.
Okay.
Alan Shiraz. Yeah, okay. Really good.
Oh.
Where should we start, Lars? Should we start with
You could just do that for 15 minutes. Just have really good listener.
I think you have to. What you have to do, and I look, far be it from me to break down the craft of radio, is to do a bit of serious. Yeah. You want peaks and troughs, a bit of actual football, and a bit of fun at the end, and that's what people like.
People get really angry. I thought it was talk about sport.
Anyway,
Milan Barolos, that kind of works. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, working on it.
Barolos is a lovely spot, actually. Jamie and I went.
Good wine.
Jamie and I went e-biking there, which is not a euphemism. Let's start at the G-Tech Brentford Liverpool live on talkSPORT 8:00 tonight. And look, Liverpool did. They have. I don't know if they're still in their blip. I don't know what you think. I don't know how. Frankfurt are a weird side. They played very well, but what do we think from Liverpool today?
So I think getting that win was obviously, Captain Obvious alert here. I think it was quite good for morale, Max, after a bit of a run of defeats there. I'm not sure what this team putting 5 past Frankfurt really tells us. I think Frankfurt are a team that have some pretty serious defensive problems. We saw that. I was very intrigued by the formation and the way they put the team out, using sort of Florian Wirtz as a kind of wandering right winger. With two, they went 4-4-2 basically with Isak and Ekitike up front from the beginning, and no place for Mo Salah. I'm kind of curious to see if he's going to do that again. I'm curious to see if the setup would really just 2 midfielders is something that can hold up in the Premier League. So tactically, quite interesting to see what Slot does here. But the most intriguing thing I thought was Slot after the game, basically explaining, that they'd struggled to press the opponent. The press hadn't really worked in the last few games because the ball had been in the air most of the time, whereas now it was on the ground, which was much better. Which I'm no expert on this, but I'm not sure you want to really broadcast to say to the world, we really don't like it when people play high balls against us. It's uncomfortable. It's unpleasant for us. Maybe keep that a little bit more under your hat.
Because if
I'm Keith Andrews, I'm licking my lips. I know what Brentford's been working on the last couple of days. Clearly this is going to be an air war of some dimension.
You're saying they're going to get it launched. Can I just say, Frankfurt looked an absolutely insanely brilliant place to go and watch football, as does most of German football when you see it. Is it like that, Lars? Do I need to do a German football tour, taking in 5 games?
I think it's really great. I think they're big stadiums that are sold out. The fans make a tremendous amount of noise. It's a really fun experience. It's a really fun match day experience. I heartily recommend it.
Good news. Good news. It was just a question. It was a travel question.
Sure.
I enjoyed it.
Georgia, maybe not on the fly, but I'm very happy to curate a suggestion of grounds you should go to.
You could
just
take different things.
Well, I went to Cologne. I went to Cologne in the Euros, and that was great fun.
Yeah.
So I'd go back there. That was a great city. But I think
I was about to say Cologne is going to be one of the underrated ones as well, because Cologne aren't the most high-profile team, but great fan base, very lively place. Yeah, the Charlie Baker's Deutsche Fußball Tour, I think, would be a huge
podcast
success.
waiting to happen. If
Absolutely.
the good people of Enterprise want to give me a hire car, I'll meet Max in Berlin and off we'll go.
Great. I'll just tell Jay I'm going out for a pint of milk.
He'd love that.
3 weeks later. Manchester United, Brighton, Lars.
Yeah, no. Where are we with Manchester United now? Are they back or are they doomed? It's always, we've talked about this before. They're always they're either back or completely doomed. They're never anywhere in between. I guess with 2 wins in a row, you have to say that they are currently back. That's the current status of it. And I thought they were good against Liverpool. I thought that was a positive performance, and I thought it felt like a big moment. I do think this is going to put slightly different demands on them. Obviously, talking of high balls, they were very clearly set up to defend and try to hit Liverpool with those long balls they don't like. At home against Brighton, they'll be expected to play slightly differently. But that's two positive results in a row. And I think if you look at what's actually going right with the team, I think the right side is starting to work really well with Ahmad and Brian Mbeumo. Now, I believe they've won 4 of the last 5 that Ahmad Diallo has started. So he is adding something. And he's actually spoken about it this week, that him and Mbeumo are striking up like a good connection on that side. So that's the thing to look out for.
I think the penny's dropped. Well, I think what it is he's stuck to his guns, and the penny may be starting to drop, and they've got their keeper seems to be good, and that seems to settle most teams when the keeper is good.
I mean, that's a good point, Charlie. I was thinking that against Liverpool. That goalkeeper, he's catching the ball. You know, he's saving the ball. He's catching the ball. These are good things for a goalkeeper to do, which the Man United goalkeeper over the last few years has not always been adept at doing. So that is no doubt a positive. Also, very much enjoying the Harry Maguire redemption story. I mean, it's not the first, and probably won't even be the last. But Harry Maguire getting some credit, I think is tremendous.
What about 2-3 o'clock kickoffs? Chelsea, Sunderland, Newcastle, Fulham, Lars?
Well, I on Chelsea. I mean, this is not strictly about the game, but I was reading up on ahead of this, and I just think I read an amazing quote from Enzo Maresca this week, which was on the subject, about ketchup. There's always this thing about managers. Will they ban the ketchup? Will they want the ketchup? So apparently he was asked about this, and he said, I didn't ban anything, so he doesn't ban the ketchup. Okay. He said there are nutritionists in charge of that, but he said, for us in Italy, ketchup is not something very healthy, but you also have to adapt to the country where you are. If you want to work in Italy, you're probably going to eat more pasta than in England. If you're in England, you're going to eat more ketchup than in Italy.
Okay.
Which I think is which I think is a quote that raises many questions.
I think it's like when a manager comes in and goes, sometimes the first thing they'll say is the players aren't fit. And that gives them, and that puts blame on the other manager, and that's great for them, something to say. But also, I read this week that Sean Dyche has banned snoods, so he's gone no snoods. Yeah, but I reckon he'll bring the ketchup back in if it's been banned already. So
he's daddy's sauce.
Are you allowed snoods and ketchup? Are you allowed to have them in the same Venn diagram? I don't know how it works, Lars.
Well, maybe I'm the only one who enjoyed this, but I just think the notion that in England is this nation where people eat ketchup across the board. They just eat it.
Well, they do,
it wasn't an entertaining. But the banning of snoods, I don't get. Being a Norwegian and a man who has been subjected to a lot of bad weather in my time, we have this wild concept in the Nordic countries that retaining body heat is typically considered a good thing. It's not like being cold is not useful. Like it's not. It doesn't help you in any way.
Snoods. No snoods.
I actually quite recently spoke to a Norwegian former Premier League player who played for a northern team, shall we say?
Oh, yeah.
And I asked him, what was his first experiences of going to his club of training, and he said to notice that the coaches were all wearing long jackets and trousers, but the players all had to train in shorts. And then they had a coach who, after training, would always stop and stand and tell them what went wrong for a very long time, which was unpleasant for all the players who were stuck outside in January just wearing shorts. I think Sean Dyche probably doesn't wear a lot in training. I'm very curious about this. He's banning.
Do you know what?
snoods.
Famously, nothing. Wears absolutely nothing. Famously. Did you know that? It's a really interesting choice of his.
I mean, that is a big story that we've broken on.
He does the same with he does the backroom staff. Steve Stone, Ian Moan, Sean Dyche, all starkers taking training.
That's how they do it in Nottingham.
Exactly, yeah. And that's actually where Postecoglou went wrong. He was dressed as a massive mistake.
I'm not sure how to follow that, really. That's a big revelation.
Well, we can have a break. We can follow it with Stephen saying Pierre Van Hooijdonk, because that was the best of about 1 million texts we've had.
5 billion texts have come in.
And that was, in a way, a look ahead of some of the players that we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Lars is sticking around. There's tomorrow's game, a bit of El Clasico as well.
Destination Football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
No more wines, please. But, you know,
Plenty of
JJ
wines coming.
Rioja, N'Golo Chianti and Papis Cisse. They'll do. Nick in Stoke says, Max and Charlie, can you confirm 10 till 1 is your new slot?
Oh,
Huge
no,
disappointment when my 9 a.m. go-get-it alarm went off this morning. Game's gone. Look, we're 9 till 11. That's the official timing. But when there's no early kickoff, they give us an extra hour. We're on later, and we complain about it.
So, like, we're 10 till 1 next week, and then we have a week off it, and then it is an international break. And then that is the last international break, I think, till March.
Great.
So all that will get in the way then is Christmas. I don't know what's happening.
But on Champions League weeks, quite a lot of the time the early kickoff goes because they play the Champions League.
Don't complain to us.
Complain to management in the Premier League.
Yeah, and if
we
you
like
want,
being 9 till 11. We like being 9 till 11. We're good at that. So we're in uncharted territory here. Who broadcasts at 11:21 in the morning? I have no idea.
I don't know what you do at this point.
Anyway, Lars, let's look ahead to a couple of games tomorrow. Lars Sivertson with us. Man City go to Aston Villa. Obviously, we all wrote them off we all said they won the league after 1 game, wrote them off after 3, and now they're really back in it, and Erling Haaland is scoring many goals.
Yeah, I think even by his standards, what's going on now is just bordering on weird. He's so good now. I mean, he's got. Do you know how many teams in the league have scored fewer goals than Erling Haaland this season?
12.
You see, you went high because I've phrased it is 10, but I think 10 is pretty good. He's outscored 10. He's outscored 10. Okay, so in his last 12 games for club and country, he scored 22 goals. Yeah. Which is what it's like. That doesn't make sense. Now, in fairness, there's 5 against Moldova in there. Maybe you sort of put a slight asterisk, but still, these are just absurd numbers. And he is. It's enjoyable to watch him because he's so clearly in great nick physically. And I feel like City are playing to him a little bit more than they have done in parts. City are playing. I mean, it's varying from match to match. They're quite interesting to watch now because Guardiola is clearly like really flexing his coaching muscles to make it work with this fairly newly assembled team. And they look quite different, actually, from game to game. But broadly speaking, they're pressing a bit less. I mean, they're sitting a little deeper on the pitch. They're not trying to regain the ball quite as high up the field as they sometimes do. And I think that's really benefiting Erling Haaland because it means when they do get the ball, he has more space to run into. And they're going direct to him a little bit more often than they did last year at times. And that's just giving him more to work with and putting him in more situations. Like he has 11 goals. No other City player has more than 1. So that is interesting. Maybe if he doesn't score, that's a slight concern. But he's a joy to watch right now. I'm curious about Villa. So because Villa, of course, started the season badly, full-blown crisis mode, didn't win in their first 6 games in all competitions. Then they went on this sort of 5-game winning streak in all competitions, and then they lost to the Go Ahead Eagles this week, which we didn't.
And I don't know how I was watching that game, Lars, and I don't know how they lost that game. I mean, they missed a few. They were 1-0 up, and they missed a couple of chances they really should have scored. Ollie Watkins does look a bit off it. He does look a little bit off it. I don't know why that is, if he's injured or something, but I don't know how they lost that game.
This is a point Gabby Agbonlahor made, and I will defer to him on this because he knows a lot more about being a Premier League striker than I do. He made the point that he doesn't really have any competition right now, Watkins. Okay. And I don't think there's any suggestion at all that he's like downing tools or anything, but it's just the suggestion. The idea is Ollie Watkins knows he's going to start up front for Aston Villa now. Like, if he can walk, he's going to start. You don't have a guy who's kind of pushing you in training every day, who's trying to impress the coach, who's trying to show, I should be starting instead. And that can just give you, that competition can just give you a little bit of extra, is the point that Gabby made. And I think that's an interesting one. I'm also curious, the defeat to the Go Ahead Eagles, like, what a name, was unfortunate. They played well in that game. but they won the last 3 in the Premier League, but I'm not completely sold. I mean, they beat Fulham 3-1 in a game that really could have gone either way. That was very, very tight and even. Then they beat Burnley, who are probably the worst team in the league. You should beat them at home. And then against Spurs was such a weird one because they scored 2 great goals and did almost nothing for the rest of the game. So I'm not entirely sure. They're out of crisis mode in my mind in terms of the performance. The results have given them breathing space, of course, but I'm not sure they're quite there. And then, of course, they have City visiting, and then the game after that is against Liverpool, and then they've got Bournemouth in the league after this very contentious Maccabi Tel Aviv game. So they've got a stretch now of 3 really difficult league games, which I think will tell us a lot about where they are.
Can we touch on El Clasico tomorrow? 3:15 kickoff UK time. How do you see it going?
Well, I think the XF, the expected fun, is sky high here. Like, not just because it is the Clasico, but because I think both teams have some defensive issues going on now. Like Barcelona famously have. I'm not sure how famous this is, but for someone who watches this and thinks a lot about European football, their high line hasn't been working quite as well this year as it did last year. Teams are exploiting and getting in behind a little bit more. The Barcelona defense looks a little bit more porous than it did last year, whereas Real Madrid have got some serious injury issues at the back, with Rudiger unavailable, Huijsen is unavailable, Carvajal's not expected to be available, Trent Alexander-Arnold's injured again. So who's playing at the back and how that's going to work is a bit of a question mark for Real Madrid as well. But on the other hand, both teams are looking so good going forward. Like, Lamine Yamal is incredible. Barcelona are producing a lot of goals. And for Real Madrid, they do seem to be starting to gel. This issue of can Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. play together? Recently, they have. They have been playing well. The team is producing a lot of goals. Big question marks really about how you get both Bellingham and Arda Güler into the same midfield and still give your defense enough of cover, because Güler has been playing in Bellingham's little injury absence earlier in the seasons, and Güler's looked very, very good. But of course, you need to get Bellingham back in. So just an abundance of riches going forward for Real Madrid. Some question marks at the back because of injury. Barcelona playing good attacking football, entertaining football, but looking a little bit vulnerable at the back. Bring on the goals. Like, this should be absolute box office.
Lovely stuff. Lars, thanks for coming on.
Excellent job. Thank you
Anytime,
so much.
guys.
Yeah, he's good at it.
No, he's great, isn't he?
Stevenson there. Yeah,
just such good
guy.
company. He's like really knowledgeable, like a great guy.
Yeah. How much time do you spend with him? It sounds like you sort of
I'd like to spend more time with him. I think he'd be great to go for a pint with. You'd have a lovely chat. I don't think he would just stay on football either. I think you could cover many topics.
He can do everything.
He wouldn't be scared of any topics. He's not going to shut it down because it might be a bit touchy-feely, you know.
What are you saying? You can't say anything these days, but you can with Lars.
You can with Lars. Say what you like.
We'll do some EFL in just a second. Ben Fisher, Guardian's EFL correspondent, will join us. And also, we're going to have another go at Jolly Hockey Sticks. We need one listener to take us on. 03717 223344. If you'd like to play a quiz called Jolly Hockey Sticks, even if you don't know what it is, we need you now.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning. It is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker here until 1. Let's look at the latest odds out of today's action with William Hill. Sam Norris joins us. And Sam,
hello, Sam.
Big day at Cheltenham. A big weekend at Cheltenham for you, is it?
Lovely.
Yeah, very much so. The second day of the William Hill Showcase meeting kicking off today. Good day here yesterday. I've not been for a few years, actually. I'd kind of forgotten what a magnificent venue this is for racing, actually. So, yeah, back raring to do it again today. Looking forward to it.
Oh, good stuff. Should we do final one standing? How's it going? Because I know it's getting to the business end,
getting tough,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think pre-season we thought it would take maybe 12, 13 weeks to give away that 500 grand jackpot. We're not too far away from that now. What are we, week 9, week 10, something like that at the moment. So we are inching closer. There's less than 5,000 players left in the big jackpot games. 16% of those got through last night with Leeds United beating West Ham. They were the second most popular pick, actually, of players who remain in the big jackpot league. Plenty of hope is going to be on Bournemouth tomorrow. I think 30-odd% of players are on Bournemouth to beat Forest tomorrow in that big 500k league. Across all leagues, Chelsea have actually been the most popular pick. They take on Sunderland today at home. So yeah, a lot of punters have kind of got their hopes riding on Chelsea today. If you've been knocked out, by the way, the deadline for the new jackpot league, 3 p.m. today, you can play for 20 grand. But yeah, still 4,000 and odd players going for 500k. So it's hotting up for sure.
All right, good luck to all of those. Give us an acca for the 3 p.m s.
Yeah, I'm going to throw the early kickoff in there as well, just because I really want to put Coventry in there. Think they definitely win today. Obviously, the last unbeaten team standing in the top 5 or 6 divisions, something like that. Free scoring at the minute as well. I mean, they looked unbelievable. So I want to have Coventry in there. Another from the Championship is Ipswich. Think they can beat West Brom. And then in the Premier League, expect the home favourites to do the business, really, with Chelsea and Newcastle in the 3 o'clock. So I think they both go in. And I'm tentatively going to chuck Liverpool in there as well. Obviously on a bit of a losing run at the moment, but this could be a get-right game for them against Brentford. You've got AccaBoost in play when you do a 4-fold and upwards here at William Hill. And with AccaBoost tagged on, that bet is 9-1. And we've had some chunky accas landed this week. It's been a bad week for the bookmakers. I know we don't get any sympathy, and rightly so, but yeah, it's been a really poor week of results. We've had some huge acca boosts landed. I think we gave away 11 grand on Tuesday, 22 grand on Wednesday on kind of £5-10 bets. So it's been a rough week for us, but yeah, that's an acca that I think will go well, 9-1 with acca boost.
Well, stay strong, Sam. Is all we can say.
Thank you. I appreciate your support.
Thanks for coming on, pal.
Pray for William Hill.
We'll start a crowdfunder. Sam Norris there, who's at Cheltenham. Terms and conditions apply, by the way. The latest odds brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
And obviously, we're going to spend most of the next section on the EFL talking about Cambridge United's trip to Notts County, but we should probably start a bit higher up. Ben Fisher, Guardian's EFL correspondent, joins us. A big fan of the show as well. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Ben.
Hi, Max. Hi, Charlie. How you doing?
Good. Thank you. Go get it,
Sorry,
Ben.
we didn't get any walk-on music. We should have thought theme tunes for Ben Fisher, if you could.
Gone fishing,
I thought
of course. Gone fishing.
Well, Ben Fisher. I wish I was a little bit taller. He's quite tall as well, Ben.
yeah.
Anyway, look, we'll get to that. Listeners can do that. We'll do the chat. Ben, let's start with Sheffield Wednesday, placed into administration. We always thought this might happen. But what does it actually mean?
Yeah, I mean, what does it mean? I mean, it's a peculiar, 24 hours or so for Wednesday because, as the Supporters Trust said, it's one of the most bittersweet days in their 158-year history. Primarily, the big takeaway is that now this is a Wednesday that they're thinking without Chansiri for the first time in, a decade. They've had some highs, but lots of lows, especially more recently. Even this month, first team coach leaving because wages, insecurity, uncertainty has just plagued the club for so long. They've paid wages late 5 of the last 7 months. And as Henrik Pedersen said yesterday, the manager, it just couldn't continue. So it's a strange day because I think there's, people are sad, there's staff are emotional, understandably. People don't really know what this means, but the overriding feeling from talking to people yesterday was there's hope, there's belief that brighter days are ahead.
Yeah, and what is the process now then?
Well, the process is the administrators take hold of the club. Begbie's trainer, this isn't their sort of first rodeo. They, probably the most experienced kind of administrators in terms of looking after football clubs. And as the administrators say, they want fans to come back to Wednesday. Fans who, were boycotting the game in midweek, have been boycotting the club for quite a long time now. Fed up of Chansiri's reign, to come back, spend money. Every penny counts towards essentially, getting this club back towards what it can be and what a force it can be.
Having been in this position, you just want the club to exist. You don't really care about the points. You sort of don't care. The season sort of goes by the wayside. It is all about keeping the club existing, and that is the fans' job and the fans coming together, which is obviously how football clubs started in the first place.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Also, carry on, Ben.
No, I was going to say, even yesterday, the administrators were saying, £75,000 was spent in the club shop, 4,000 tickets sold. That was in sort of mid-evening yesterday, so that it would definitely be north of that now. It does seem fans are definitely back on side, understandably. And, what a force that it can be. It's going to be quite an emotional day, I imagine, at Hillsborough today, after so many, thousands and thousands stayed away in midweek for that defeat at home to Middlesbrough.
Let's talk about Coventry Watford live on talkSPORT 2 at midday. Coventry absolutely flying, aren't they?
Yeah, flying. I think the only club in the top 4 tiers unbeaten. You have to go down to North National League North and South Shields in Hornchurch, also unbeaten, but that's obviously in the 6th tier. Coventry flying, won 5 on the bounce, scored 16, conceded 1, and in fact, until they'd conceded in the week against Portsmouth, who got a consolation goal, Coventry winning the game. Carl Rushworth, the goalkeeper, had gone 613 minutes without conceding. So they're scoring goals and they're keeping them out. Frank Lampard seems to just be in this great sweet spot where everything's going well.
And that must be quite a good feeling for Sheffield Wednesday fans in a way. If they look at Coventry City, who were in similar financial position, and and the club was going nowhere for a long time. That if you look at them, they've completely turned it around, and they're on the verge of the Premier League if they keep going.
Exactly, it can be done. I mean, I've got on my notes here. Coventry were in League 2 7 years ago under Mark Robbins. Obviously, went through thick and thin with the club. Only in August, Doug King, the Coventry owner, bought the CBS Arena. Better known as the Rico. There's so much stability there now. The club is basically a beacon of stability, whereas for so long it was basically a basket case. So, as you say, Charlie, it can be done. And yeah, Coventry's sort of proof of that.
And actually, the top of the table is interesting because none of the relegated sides are there. So you've got Middlesbrough in second, play Wrexham, and then you've got Millwall, who play Leicester at 3 o'clock on talkSPORT 2 as well. So Borough and Millwall, probably unexpectedly Millwall, especially doing really well.
Yeah, the relegated teams are struggling. I mean, Southampton have won 2 of their league games. I saw them in midweek against Bristol City, and there was flashes of good stuff and a nice goal, but they're not there yet. They're not where they want to be. Leicester are struggling as well, and Ipswich got hammered by Charlton midweek, so they're not having it their own way, as we've seen in recent seasons, where typically we see those teams come down and kind of, by large, have quite a good time of it the next season. But Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton, none of them doing too well at the moment. And as you say, Millwall, a bit of a surprise package. They're third at the moment.
Well, they had a good season. They had a good season last year, didn't they? And then they did fade away towards the end of the season. But if you can build on a good season and also being in London, I really think that's a positive for the amount of footballers that you can attract to you. So I think Millwall could be a sleeping, not giant, but the sleeper hit of the year.
Sleeping large person.
Yeah, I think they've recruited really well as well, Charlie. Alex Neil knows what he's doing, especially in that division. He says they're just getting started. Leicester at home, obviously, today is a decent test. Mihailo Ivanovic, their striker, I think he scored for the first time in the week of this season, but he was in great form at the sort of start of the calendar year, so he's somebody I really like. And I think they've got a team that will definitely be in the mix. As we said, they faded in recent seasons, but why not this year? I don't think they've reached the playoffs for since 2001-02.
You wanted to mention Tom Lockyer, of course, who he had a cardiac arrest, didn't he, on the pitch, playing for Luton. But he could be making his comeback today. Is that right?
Well, I just thought worth flagging. Tom Lockyer's re-signed for Bristol Rovers, so that's the club where he started his career basically at 16. 14 years on, he's rejoined. Obviously, he's had quite the time of it, as you say, with that cardiac arrest, the recovery. It was, will I ever be back on a pitch again? We don't know if he's going to play today, but Darryl Clark, the manager, suggested he could play and could call on him if need be, that he's up to speed fitness-wise. It's just pretty powerful, given, Tom essentially, died on a pitch. Medical staff did brilliantly, brought him back.
Yeah.
And what a moment if we can see him back on the pitch. If it's not today, just in the coming weeks, it would just be, whoa, what a moment that would be.
Great signing for them.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, and I don't know Tom, but he's I've heard him on the radio. He sounds really good at that. He comes across brilliantly, and yeah, we all wish him the best of luck. Thank you, Ben. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Ben.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Ben Fisher there. So yeah, Coventry Watford 12:30, Millwall Leicester at 3 o'clock, both on talkSPORT 2. Coming up after the break, we're going to have a second try at Jolly Hockey Sticks. I think it went okay last time.
It was fine, but everything's in development, isn't it? And when we have 3 hours, we use it to develop potential new features.
And actually, every part of this show is in development. None of this is actually...
Isn't the finished thing.
None of it is the finished article. Don't believe for a minute that this is what we think is the finished article. This is all just in the works. It's all in development. And eventually, when we announce it, that we are actually doing a show that we really believe in, we will let you know in advance, and we'll probably...
And you can come and see it.
We'll sell out the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. With this is all, you guys are helping. We know we're all in this together. So it's a game of Jolly Hockey Sticks. Paul says, please don't subject us to another round of Jolly Hockey Sticks. For the love of God, haven't we endured enough this morning already?
That's a shame.
It's Paul in Ipswich. So we'll play it next. And if you haven't heard it before, it could be the greatest 10 minutes of radio you've ever listened to in your life. Morning all, Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you until 1 on talkSPORT. Ben Fisher, who was just on, he messaged me to say, I meant to say, if anything typifies how big a moment yesterday was for Sheffield Wednesday, the reality that 120,000 people watched a live stream of seats spelling out Chansiri's name being ripped out of the North Stand. It'll be rocking today, he says. Let's get team news from Coventry, Watford, live on talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2 at 12:30. Adam Bridge has those. Hey, Adam.
Good morning, gentlemen. Leaders and the only unbeaten side in the top 4 divisions. It's Coventry's best ever start to a league campaign, and a return to the Premier League for the first time in 25 years is being dreamed about. They've actually scored more goals than every team in the top 5 European leagues, including Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Meanwhile, Watford haven't won an away match since March. They're the leading point scorers at home, but away from home, it's a different story. Xavi Gracia is back, of course, and he got his first win of his second spell against West Brom on Wednesday. 3 changes for the leaders today. Victor Torp scored 6 goals already this season. He got 66 in 52 prior. He's injured, drops out. Wolfenden and Sims go to the bench. Haji Wright returns for Sakamoto and a second start for Jamie Allen. That's for Watford. 5 changes from the win against West Brom. Kiprianu, Pollock, Iran Kandu, Petri, Kurumgard, they're all out. Sissoko, Bar, Kayembe, Kebban and Doumbia all coming. Chris Iwelumo is alongside me for Coventry against Watford, and we're live on talkSPORT 2 from midday if you fancy switching over.
How dare you, if you're bored of us. But yeah,
sad
up to
there
you,
was
Adam,
no
and
singing.
Chris.
Sad no singing from Adam Bridge because he has the best song.
His falsetto is so good. No, we don't need more.
Don't
of
need him back.
But no, we don't need a comeback. This is exciting, guys. The Sizzler says, glad that the Godfather 2 of Radio Quizzes is making such a triumphant return. It's time for Jolly Hockey Sticks.
Here we are again, happy as can be. All good pals and jolly good company.
So, sort of emanated from the fact that our producer's called Andrew Jolly, and that we spend too much time talking about football and not the other sports. The contestant today is John, the Liverpool fan. John, the Liverpool fan, welcome to talkSPORT.
Hello,
How are you?
Good morning, gents. How are we?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, good, very
Go get
good.
it, John.
Now, did you hear the first time we played Jolly Hockey Sticks, or is this game new to you?
I kind of did. I had my head in my hands for most of it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm positive today.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Okay, so we changed the rules a bit.
Yeah.
So it's you versus me and Charlie. Okay, so sort of like Blockbusters, 1 versus 2, but we'll alternate our answers. And for the listeners that aren't aware of this game, producer Andrew Jolly has all the sports in a bag, and he will draw out a sport, or in a cup. He'll draw out a sport, and then it's up to us, the teams, it's me or Charlie or John, to name a person that plays that sport or has played that sport. When it got to handball, we didn't have anyone until a handballer, an international handballer messaged us.
Touch on,
so the rules are very simple, right? Do you understand the rules, John?
Yes, let's do this.
Okay,
let's do this.
He's like, go, isn't he? He's good.
Let's just get on with this.
He understands that there's a time limit. And we need to get to the news.
Radio quizzes need pace. The news is in about 5 minutes. We've got 5 to get through. This is very exciting. Do you want to go first for us, Charlie, or second each time?
No, I don't know. I think we should let the guest.
No, we haven't got time for that.
I think we should let the guest go first.
Okay, the guest can go first. Okay, producer Andrew Jolly, welcome. Hey, Andrew, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Turn his mic
Let's fade
Wrong
him up.
mic.
Why not fade him? It's just about worth it for this quiz.
He's on
Okay,
the other
fine.
mic.
Is he? Okay, right. Are you there, Andrew?
And Andrew Jolly, are you there?
I am there.
There he is.
Okay, great. Here we go.
Let's
Draw
go.
out the. Let's play. Let's have some music. Make it sound like it's a good competition. Here we go.
Right, so
What's
the
the sport?
very first sport I've pulled out is wrestling.
Wrestling.
Count as a sport. Which
John,
sport?
over to you.
Greco-Roman.
No, come on, John.
Giant haystack
lovely.
and Big Daddy.
No, only one.
Oh,
You've
no,
only
just one.
You've
Just
given
one.
us
Just
one
one.
now.
Okay, you go, Charlie.
Oh, right.
Big Daddy.
Back to you, John.
Kendo Nagasaki.
Oh, I was going to go Kendo Nagasaki.
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Oh, yeah.
Back to you, John.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's where I was going to go. The Undertaker.
John.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
The Berserker. John.
Sin Cara.
Oh, is that one? I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
Fit Finlayson.
Who?
Fit Finlayson was an
The
80s
Ultimate
wrestler.
Warrior.
Oh, yeah, I liked him.
No.
The British Bulldog.
Oh, yes.
John.
Jimmy Fly, Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Okay, he's good at this.
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I've said Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Oh, we're out.
Okay,
We're
it's the
out.
point to John.
1-0
The
to
point
John.
to John.
Oh, sorry.
Point to
Keep
John.
the music going. Keep the music going. Yeah, keep the music going.
Okay. Neil Ruddock's been in touch. That's it. I can't listen anymore. I'm going to watch Finding Bigfoot. How dare you, Razor? Okay, round two. Round two. Here we go.
Round two. Next one.
This is a good way to
Out
do
of the cup.
Yeah.
Water polo.
Oh, forget it. Come on.
Okay. John, over to you.
Hamish McTaggart.
Hey, look, it's an automatic win. If no one can get one, it's an automatic win to the listener. He's got 2 points.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Oh, no, it's nil. There's no points for anyone. It's just 1-0 to John. Here we go. Next sport.
Next sport. So we've got swimming.
Swimming.
Okay. Good luck.
So John, start. John.
Duncan Goodhue.
Oh, God.
Adrian Morehouse.
Max, why did you take it from me?
Back to you, John.
Ellie Simmons.
Ellie Simmons, good one. Oh, why does it always fall on me? Come on. Does Tom Daly count? He does have to swim out of the thing.
No,
okay.
No.
We discovered that before. Rebecca. What's her name?
We're out again. Adlington.
Oh, it doesn't count.
Okay, 2-0 to John. It's 2-0 to John. The best we can do is draw. Well done. Next sport. Here we go.
Next sport. Out of the cup.
That's terrible, Charlie.
I know. Couldn't name one
boxing.
swimmer.
Boxing.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Okay. Here we go. We're good at interviewing them. We know that. If Timu did sports radio quizzes, says Mike. It's Fit Finley. What a shambles, says Mark.
Oh,
okay.
no, okay.
John, over to you. What was the sport? We'll be here forever. Boxing.
Frank Bruno.
Oh,
Frank Bruno.
Charlie.
Mike Tyson.
Charlie. John.
Chris Eubank.
Lloyd Hannigan.
Oh, good.
John.
Tyson Fury.
Huey Fury.
John.
Evander Holyfield.
Question marks.
Definitely counts. I've got to say, you don't need to believe in yourself. Barry McGuigan. John.
Nigel Benn.
Good. Moses Atalma.
John.
I think it needs to be a clock. There needs to be a clock.
Point to us.
Point to
Run out
us.
of
Point
time.
to us. You said
Run out of time.
no
2-1,
arming, no
2-1.
arming, no arming, and you took two.
Griff says, "Are you getting paid for this?" It's the last one. Here we go. Last sport. Here we go. It's this to draw for us. Charlie. John could win.
Surfing.
Oh, forget about it.
Oh God.
No one knows. Surfing
John?
shouldn't be in there.
No, it is.
It's all the sports.
It's all the sports. Surfing.
Blake Watson.
He wins.
Travis
Who knows?
Perkins. Travis
Absolutely
Perkins.
no
Travis
idea.
Perkins.
Travis Perkins. Exactly. Lockie Smith, of course. Who can forget him? Hey, what a 2-1 win for you, John. Well played. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it, John? Be honest.
Made my weekend. It's made my weekend.
Good. Mark the Wolves fan says, this is honking, lads. Neil says, persevering with Jolly Hockey Sticks is like Ruben Amorim in his 3-4-3. Read the room, he says. Hey, well played, John. Maybe we'll play it again. Maybe we won't, but I really enjoyed it.
Wondered why Erling Haaland scores a hat-trick instead of just 3 goals? Why Darwin Núñez is said to have missed a sitter rather than just missing a really easy shot? Or why on earth defenders are said to park the bus? Let's break down some of our favourite football cliches. First, let's talk hat-tricks. The term comes from cricket back in the 1800s. Any bowler who managed to get 3 successive wickets used to be rewarded with a hat from their club. Next up, if you see a skillful tackle, an athletic save or a 40-yard screamer, you might say these things are out the top drawer. That's because back in Victorian times, if you had wealth, valuable stuff, you kept it in the top drawer of your dresser, so loaded families became known as top drawer. Remember the last time your team left you feeling as sick as a parrot? The image of the sick bird is thought to come from a classic British comedy moment, Monty Python's Dead Parrot sketch, but the phrase was first used in football by Liverpool defender Phil Thompson. He supposedly said it after Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest in the 1978 League Cup final. Forest won thanks to a controversial penalty given away by a Thompson foul, even though it was actually outside the box. Poor guy said he felt sick as a parrot afterwards. Is there anything more embarrassing than a nutmeg in football? Weird name, but it's actually related to the trading of nutmeg, the spice. It was so expensive back in the day that corrupt exporters used to try and mix in a bit of wood in with the nutmeg to cut their costs. The term soon became slang. If you were nutmegged, it was because the person you were buying off had pulled a fast one on you. Jose Mourinho brought a lot of things to English football, and seems like one of those was the phrase park the bus. He used it after his Chelsea side had been held to a goalless draw by Spurs in 2004. Tottenham had been extremely defensive, not trying to score, but making sure Chelsea couldn't either. Mourinho actually said, "They brought the bus and left the bus in front of the goal, as we say in my country." Finally, another phrase that actually comes from cricket. Footballers are said to have missed a sitter if they miss an easy chance. In the late 19th century, it was used in cricket to describe a moment when a fielder failed to take a catch which was so easy they should have been able to catch it sitting down. So there you have it, some of your favourite footballing cliches. And if you think this video is all over, well, it is now.
Good afternoon. It is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Tonight, 8 o'clock kickoff. It is Brentford versus Liverpool in the Premier League, and it is live on talkSPORT.
In towards the right, Ekatike through the legs of the goalkeeper, and Manchester United have inflicted a fourth successive defeat on the champions.
We are at this moment in the period where if we do one thing, one smart detail wrong, we immediately concede a goal.
Do you think Liverpool better without Salah at the moment?
We'll be okay. He'll be okay. He was brilliant last year. It's only October. You don't get any medals in October.
Setting it back towards the penalty spot. Slammed into the net by Matthias Jensen. It's 2-0. Brentford have been brilliant.
Embrace the challenge. A lot of positivity around Brentford. And we're excited by what happens in the season.
It's not so much about proving people wrong. It's more grasping the opportunity I've been given. Haven't underestimated it. I'm very aware that it's a big task, but it hasn't fazed me in the slightest.
So yeah, live 8 o'clock kickoff tonight. Let's talk to the former Liverpool striker Neil Mellor. Hey Neil, how are you?
Hello. That's a nice welcome. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I'm actually John. I'm not doing a D- for that.
Oh right.
Yeah, we sing D minor, be nice. Hey now, listen. I was going to say, Neil, look, when we had you on a few weeks ago, and you said I asked you if you were panicking. You said you wouldn't panic until 6 defeats in a row. And after the 4th defeat, were you close to panicking? What was the vibe?
I think when I said that, I thought no chance that will happen. But then when I walked out of Anfield on Sunday afternoon, having been beaten by a mid-table Premier League team, I started to panic, thinking, when is this run going to end? But relief, yeah, absolutely relief. Feeling a lot better now, having beaten Frankfurt during the week. And hopefully that is the bad run over and Liverpool can build on that now.
I was listening to an interview in the week and it was saying that there's potentially, the problem is that this Liverpool team aren't used to playing with a number 9 like Isak plays, like up the middle. They're used to playing with Salah cutting in off the wing and scoring most of their goals that way. Does that hold water, Neil?
I think there's been a lot of noise because Liverpool have had this poor run and 4 defeats in a row. There wasn't a lot of noise when Liverpool won 7 in a row at the start of the season, albeit not convincingly, but still getting the victories. For me, I think it was just a little blip. And I'm hoping that Liverpool, as they integrate all the new signings, that the results and consistency will pick up. Liverpool changed the system the other night, and it was interesting because people have been saying, is it Isak? Is it Ekatike who's going to start? Both started the other night. And it looked really good. Have to say, the balance of the team looked really good. So we may see it different games this season, that change. But with Brentford tonight, I fully expect to see Mo Salah back into the starting lineup, obviously with Isak being a doubt today.
Yeah, but does that change the shape? Because he was playing sort of 4-4-2. So would you play Salah up front? Would you play him? Because
he can do.
Played wide
he can
on the right.
do. People might forget, but Salah has played up front for Liverpool before. He scored a hat-trick for Liverpool against Rangers in the Champions League, playing up top. He scored the worldie at Anfield, if you remember, a few years ago against City, when he took about 4 players on, scored at the Annie Road end. Yeah. That was when he played up top. He can play up front. He's one of the best players in world football, so I'm sure he'll be back into the starting lineup, because there's been a little bit of noise about him being rested, given a breather, dropped, whatever, however you want to put it. But yeah, it could be. I think it'll be a 4-3-3 later on. Salah back out on the right, maybe Viet's in the 10 and Ekatike up top.
Yeah, in a way, do you think that Isak injury has kind of helped Slot? Because it is hard. He hasn't always started Wirtz, I know, but it is hard not to pick people you've paid 100 million for. And Ekatike is clearly, of all the new players, the one that's really hit the ground running.
He's been great. Yeah, absolutely. He's great. His goal the other night, when he was going clean through, you just fancied him to score. And he's obviously started really well in terms of scoring the goals. I think there's competition for places. There is a few injuries at the moment. Isak looks like he's going to be doubtful. Gravenberch, another one. Alisson, Leone, so Frimpong. So the injuries are mounting up, but there's enough competition for places for the managers to think 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, whatever it may be, just to change things a little bit and keep the opposition guessing. But Liverpool have some real quality in the final third. So as tough as tonight will be, and it will be at Brentford, obviously an evening game, the fans will be up. They've done all right at home this season. I think Liverpool will build on that performance against Frankfurt and take confidence going into it.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting, the positivity you have. And obviously when you are reviewing a team like Liverpool, it is, you're talking right at the top level about, the balance of the side. But it does feel like there are issues at right back, issues in the balance in midfield, things that that mean, because obviously to win the league you've got to do incredibly well. That means that winning the league this season is going to be harder.
Yeah, I mean, we've only played 8 games in the Premier League. There's still 30 games to go. I mean, I mentioned about Liverpool starting well, winning those games. Everyone was saying Liverpool will win the league. Now all of a sudden Arsenal are going to win the league and they've not won it for 20 years. So it's a case of we've still got 30 games to go. And I still think it's going to be between Liverpool, Arsenal, City. And it's about that consistency, how they cope throughout the season. Liverpool will get going again. There's no doubt about that. And I obviously hope that they can build on that one tonight. But yeah, it's a case of, I think it'll be a really good battle for the title this year. Liverpool are not out of the title by any means.
I thought Florian Wirtz had a bad start, and then I sort of decided to watch what he does in the game and his touch, and he sort of floats with the ball. He's a beautiful player to watch. Why do you think people feel like he's had a bad time? Is it because he does what he does quite quietly, Neil?
I think expectancy. If he's not scoring and getting an assist in every game, and saying, "Well, what has he done?" is such a joy to watch. I mean, I was surprised he was on the bench against United. He came off the bench and changed things like he did at Chelsea. He's a player who always wants the ball, and at times he'll give it away. But he's very clever in finding spaces in between little pockets, the defence, the midfield. And he'll create chances. I think there was a stat the other week saying he created the most chances out of any Premier League player. That's what he will do. He got a couple of assists the other night. His first one was brilliant, the one for Gakpo, where his way to pass, his decision-making to play the ball rather than take an extra touch. So he will only get better. But yeah, I do really, really enjoy watching him. I think if he's in the starting team tonight, Brentford will be certainly a little bit more concerned.
Who's your left back, Neil?
Oh, Max, I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah.
Love Robbo. I think he was great the other night. Superb assist. Maybe because he's at that age, they might rotate him this weekend. So maybe an easier way to answer that, and maybe say Kirkes might come back into the starting lineup.
I mean, you're down a right back as well. So I don't know if either can. I don't know if Robbo could play on the right and sort of cut in all the time.
I wonder if Gomez could play there today, because we know that Brentford will have the threat of the set pieces and the balls coming into the penalty area, and maybe Gomez is certainly a little bit more natural at dealing with that as a centre half. I think that could be a possibility. Obviously, bringing Salah back in means that Conor Bradley is the only other fit right back Liverpool have at the moment with Frimpong out. So I wonder if Gomez might get the nod this evening.
It was interesting. Lars picked this up earlier in the show, but it was interesting when Slot sort of went a bit League One, League Two manager when he just said, after you lose a game, every manager in League One, League Two says, well, that they're very physical side. They like to get it launched. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can possibly do against that. I've heard so many Cambridge managers
They played their game.
That's what Slot said. He said, look, they don't, it's very hard to play a low block and teams that get it launched. And obviously Brentford, they've got lovely footballers, but they will do that. And it was sort of interesting that Slot said, I didn't like that. Because managers will go, well, then I'll do that.
yeah, but Brentford will mix it up. I have to say I've been impressed with what Keith Andrews has done this season. I thought they'd struggle. Obviously, Thomas Frank leaving, the captain leaving, the two main strikers, Visser and Mbeumo leaving. I thought they really would struggle, but they've done well. They have done well. I like Keith Andrews. So we're trying to find ways to cause Liverpool problems. And if one of those ways at certain points tonight is getting the ball in the box, set pieces, long throws, launching it, then they may get a little bit of joy from that. Liverpool won't be surprised if that does happen tonight. So it's about dealing with that and then having their own solutions to take the chances. Out of all the games, and I spoke to you about this, sort of Liverpool have lost 4. Only really Palace, I can honestly say, deserve to beat Liverpool. I don't think Chelsea deserved to beat Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool deserved to beat Chelsea. I thought a draw would have been a fair result. United certainly didn't deserve to beat Liverpool last weekend. So Palace is the only one where if you talk to fans, you're a Cambridge fan, and you think we've been beaten there, well beaten. Liverpool haven't been well beaten in any of those games that they're on this poor run with.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly have said we've been well beaten there quite a lot as a Cambridge fan. I can confirm that. Hey, thanks for coming on, Neil. Appreciate your time as always.
Cheers, guys.
When
Glad you're not panicking.
When Scunthorpe beat us 9-1, I said we were well beaten then.
Robbed. You said well beaten. Which goal were you like, I think they deserve this? The 7th? The 7th.
They deserve this, yeah.
I think Scunny deserved this one.
Scunthorpe deserve this.
Yeah. you could probably divide football fans into two halves. One that have walked away and said, I think Scunthorpe deserve this. And ones that haven't. I've definitely said that. We're going to do some Fitbar next. The Scottish Premiership is very interesting. It's a big day tomorrow. Hearts playing Celtic. It's an absolute massive game at the top of the Scottish Premiership. Rangers, who are nowhere near, play Kilmarnock tomorrow. Robert Grieve from the Scottish Sun, chief football writer there, will join us in just a second. Good afternoon. You are listening to Warm Up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker here until 1. Let's do a bit of Scottish Football, the Scottish Premiership is interesting. Hearts top, 22 points from 8 games, 5 points ahead of Celtic. Rangers down in 6th. Let's talk to Robert Grieve, Scottish Sun chief football writer. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Max, how are you?
Yeah, really good. And I suspect, I don't speak for everyone south of the border. I certainly don't on politics, if you look at the textbook. But anyway, it is rare, I guess, that most of the time you look at the Scottish Premiership and Celtic are top, Rangers are second, and everyone else is kind of there. So to have a team that isn't one of the old firm, 5 points clear, are you kind of like enthused and going, wow, this is great. This is something to really get your teeth into for a season?
Yeah, absolutely. First things first, Max, I'm surprised that you don't speak for the nation, I have to tell you. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a real surprise maybe how quickly things have turned at Hearts. Obviously, they've got the new investment in the summer. There's been a longer-term plan there. But yeah, the start of the season has been fantastic for them. They're top of the table, quite rightly, on merit. And it's kind of thrown the kind of cat amongst the pigeons so far. Celtic and Rangers are off it. So far, they've got their own issues, which we'll maybe touch on. But I think enthused is the right word. It's been too long in coming. There's been various times going back a few years now that Hearts, Aberdeen have had a little bit of a go, but they kind of peter out. So time will tell on this one how long Hearts can keep it going.
Yeah, I was going to say Aberdeen had a great start last year, didn't they? And they find themselves second bottom now. So how do Hearts keep it going?
Charlie, you're absolutely right. Speaking to Derek McInnes, he's a very experienced manager. I think that's the key. If you talk to him, he's very much trying to keep a lid on things.
Yeah.
And this game tomorrow is huge. Hearts play Celtic at Tynecastle. They're 5 points clear. If they win, they could go 8 points clear.
Yeah, crazy.
That would be a huge thing for them. But if you speak to Derek McInnes, if you speak to the players, they're very much keeping a lid on things, and I think that's wise. You won't hear anyone from Hearts right now talking about the title, trying to look too far ahead. They're taking it game by game. That might be boring for us guys in the media. But it's very early on. Let's be honest about it. Celtic, Rangers, things aren't going well there. But Hearts have got a lot to do to maintain this start. But that's what it is. It's been a great start. And as you say, hugely encouraging for them. And I think a lot of people will be watching this game tomorrow to see how they perform against Celtic. And as I say, if they can get some kind of positive result, they'll take a huge amount of belief from that.
Yeah, great.
It'd be great if they said, no, we're not taking this game by game. We think we've done it, really. So look, we're smooth sailing from here.
Cigar on tomorrow.
Carry on.
I'm just saying, it sounds like a manager that's taking it game by game, but that's pretty much the message that's been coming from Derek McInnes players. And as I say, with 8 games in, I think it is very early on, but yeah, what a start they've made, and you have to give them huge credit for that. There's been big change at the club. The Tony Bloom investment, Jamestown Analytics have led to some real quality signings here. I think there's going to be more in January. Great start for them.
The Rangers' problems, which we'll get to in a second, have been very well publicised. What are the issues at Celtic at the moment?
The issues at Celtic are to do with the board. Brendan Rodgers is clearly unhappy, frustrated at what happened in the summer, or maybe what didn't happen in the summer. They very clearly had they lost some key players before or end of last season, and there was no players brought in to the standard that Brendan Rodgers was hoping for. That's been something the fans have picked up on. They're very much against the board right now, and Brendan Rodgers has thrown the odd kind of grenade in here and there, which is kind of going on top of things. As I say, they're still. He mentioned last week after the Dundee defeat how you probably saw the quote that it's like he's been thrown the keys to a Honda Civic and been asked to drive it like a Ferrari. I think people understandably are quite surprised by those comments, but at the same time, it's hard to argue with it. He's lost, as I say, some key players, and I think the standard at Celtic has absolutely dropped in the last few months. So issues at Celtic, but the Celtic fans are very much seeing it as a board issue rather than a Brendan Rodgers issue or the players, and I think that's where the animosity is coming from right now.
Interestingly, my parents recently, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, invested in a second-hand Honda Civic, and they have really not achieved anything in football in the last
Nothing
5
at all.
years. So I can see where.
But
Brendan
a very
Rodgers
good
is coming
second-hand
from.
car, a good choice of second-hand car.
Look,
So
it does exactly what it needs to do. Let's talk about Danny Rowell at Rangers, Robert. Obviously, it was a tricky time finding a new manager. He didn't have a great start in his first game. He did that, I think very sensible. Go and really chat to the fans and say, look, this wasn't me, or we're in it together, or whatever he did. Like that is a good step from him, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in Bergen actually for the game. I was really impressed with him. Obviously, not the result or the performance he was hoping for in that first game, but I thought he spoke very well before the game. Also did his media press conference before flying out to Norway, and then we spoke to him there before the game. And then you see, obviously, with such a disappointing night, I thought he played it really well post-match. The Rangers fans were clearly unhappy. They were unhappy with the players when they went across to kind of give the usual applause thing that the players need to do these days. And then we watched Danny Rowell kind of walk across to them, and I thought it was quite a shrewd move. I think there was actually some anger in the airport post-match as well against centering on the board,
right.
Or more to do with sporting director Kevin Thelwell and Patrick Stewart, and I'm led to believe also that Danny Rowell got involved in that and spoke to the players, the supporters again, and pretty much tried to make it clear that he understands the problems, he understands what has to be done, and if he given time, he believes he'll get it right. So yeah, not a great start in terms of the result of the performance, Max, as you say, but as I say, I've been really impressed with Danny Rowell so far.
Good stuff, Robert. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Robert. Cheers.
Robert Grieve there, chief football writer for the Scottish Sun. And big game tomorrow then. Celtic versus Hearts at the top of the Scottish Premiership. If you would like to win £100,000, not you, Charlie, but the listeners, you better listen up right now. Sort of quite aggressive, isn't it, this script? That's right, our biggest cash prize to date has landed. We're going all in, giving you the chance to win a huge £100,000 completely tax-free. Here are the details of how to enter.
18 plus UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 6th of November at 4 p.m. This is a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Tonight, TalkSPORT brings you heavyweight boxing. Joseph Parker, Fabio Wardley face off for the WBO interim title live from the O2 Arena. And we'll talk to heavyweight boxer Dave Allen about that in just a second.
happy that he put up his hand. There are a lot of fighters that say they want to fight, but they fight anyone. But they're just saying it, you know?
Past this fight is the Alexander Usyk fight, and that's not a massive fight. That is the fight. That is everything.
The winner of it will be the next challenger to Usyk.
He's a WBA mandatory, I'm WBO, but we're not going to sit around and wait. We want to be busy.
Big right hand there from Parker, and down goes McCauley. This is great work from Parker. The legs are completely gone of Wilder.
Big Joseph Parker! I think this is a good example of we will fight anyone.
The real drama, the real excitement will come on the 25th.
Tonight talkSPORT brings you more heavyweight boxing. Joseph Parker, Fabio Wardley face off for the WBO interim title live from the O2 Arena. You can watch along with us as well the night of the fight on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, Saturday 7:30 p.m. on the talkSPORT network, or watch it live on DAZN. Let's talk to the heavyweight boxer, the White Rhino, Dave Allen. Dave, how are you?
Dave.
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Who would you rather fight out of these two?
Oh, interesting question. Probably, I think I'd rather fight Fabio Wardley. Fabio Wardley probably more chance of knocking you out, putting you out of your misery a bit quicker. Parker probably be a longer, more painful night. Yeah.
It's a very good answer.
Answer.
So is that how you see it? If it ends early, you see Wardley winning it, and if it goes the distance, you think Parker will win?
Yeah, to be honest, I can't see a way Wardley wins, really. Josie Parker became world champion, and at the time that he did in December 2016, Fabio Wardley, I believe, was still doing the white-collar boxing. There's a big gulf in experience. I think there's a big gulf in boxing ability. Wardley hits hard. He's very tough. He's powerful. He's achieved some great things, but I think tonight he's just a step too far. You know, he beat some good fighters. Beat Fraser Clark, Adelaide, Hooney, but this, for me, is another level or two above that, and I just don't think he has the capabilities of beating Parker.
Yeah, Fabio Wardley was a recruitment consultant, wasn't he, before he took up boxing and then did some white collar stuff. He's Joe Parker, though. He had that great fight against Deontay Wilder where he absolutely took him apart, knocked him out. Deontay Wilder wasn't at his. It was sort of part of his comeback, wasn't it? And it looked to me like he was fighting solely for money rather than thing. But Joe Parker has changed as trainer. He's gone to Andy Lee. Seems to have really worked. Why do you think that's worked so well?
Yeah, Parker's been rejuvenated the last couple of years. He's been on a great run. He's probably on the best run in the division. People have been saying he should have had the Usyk fight already by now. He's put victories together over Zhang, McCauley, Wilder, and that probably is with the world heavyweight title fight. You know, I've had a lot of undisputed fights with Fury and Usyk, so he's missed out. But yeah, he seems like a different fighter. Andy Lee has turned around Ben Whittaker. You know, we saw the two Cameron fights. He was a different man in the second fight. So Andy Lee clearly is doing a good job. Parker, for me now, at 33, probably in his prime, really. When he won his world title at 24 years of age, that's very young. He probably has come into his peak years. So I think a mixture of, you know, maturing. Me and Parker are the same age. I feel like I've matured the last couple of years. I'm just not as good as Joseph, sadly. But you know, we mature at this age, and the Andy Lee effect is working with him. So yeah, I think he has improved. Yeah, definitely has improved.
When you say mature as a boxer, is that power? Is that strength? Is that pace? Is that know-how? Is it a mixture of all those things?
Physical and mental, though, both. You know, emotionally as well. For me, I reached about 30, and I just grew up seemingly overnight.
Yeah.
I just seemingly grew up overnight, started to handle situations better. When you're a boxer fighting in arenas and stadiums, you need that maturity. You know, I kind of found that when I reached about 30. Physically, I got a little bit stronger. I started growing hairs on my back and my shoulders. Yeah, and when them hairs come through in them areas, you get pretty strong. So, yeah, I've got that dad strength now myself. Me personally, dad strength. You know, and hairs start growing in mad places, and when you reach a certain age, as a bigger man as well, you mature later. Yeah, I think that's all come through for Joseph now.
It doesn't always work, Dave. I'm 46, and now I have so much hair coming out my nose, my ears, and I am soft as anything.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't
That's
always
the strength
transpire.
seeping out, Max. That's it seeping out.
Do you think it is?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose I haven't tried to punch anyone for a while. I could be brilliant. I could, if anyone's interested.
Dave, last time we had you on the H&J, you said I think you were getting ready for one of your last fights, and you ate, I can't remember how much pork belly it was a day, but also 3 pints of ice cream. Is this still in your diet, or are you?
Well, that may be why I got beat the other week. Maybe that might explain that one.
How much pork belly was it a day?
Yeah, a lot. I'm back on it now.
Back on the pork belly.
Back on it. So yeah, obviously I lost my last fight, but it's okay. It's okay. Losing is part of sport. There has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. Sometimes you draw, so that's obviously not true. But for the most part, there's winners and there's losers, and that's okay. That's fine. So I got beat the other week. I tried my best. I came up second best, and hopefully I'll go again soon.
Yeah, it's interesting in boxing, isn't it? That because in so many other sports, defeat doesn't seem to be as important. Like it seems to be like, if you lose one fight, it's like it's all right. And it isn't. I mean, as you make a good point, it isn't, because somebody has to, most of the time, has to lose a fight. So like, what's after a defeat? Like how, what's the process? Like how long do you take to get over it? Or is it literally the next day? You obviously feel a bit sore, I imagine, but you just go, okay, head on, next thing.
To be honest, my last fight was a 12-rounder. After 10 rounds, I was knackered. And I thought, I'm not winning this. So I kind of accepted it really 2 rounds before the end. I thought, let's just get to the end of this, So I knew it weren't going great, to be honest, while I was in there. So I'm just one of them people. Like, I've had 8 defeats. Derek Chisora's had 13.
Yeah.
But I think the British public still enjoy watching us because we get beat and we don't make excuses and we brush ourselves down and we just go again. You lose. I'm a bit of a Man United fan, but I'm still a United fan. They don't go out losing a game in the last 10 years, but I'm still a United fan. Yeah. Whether they're winning or losing, whatever your football team is, you just follow them to the end, and that's how sport should be. It's like, I just love fighting me, and as long as I'm entertaining and I'm healthy, I'll continue to box as long as people continue to enjoy watching me box.
That's quite a modern thing, isn't it? It's quite a modern thing. Not losing, trying to protect that isn't it? Boxers used to fight everybody. I feel like. I mean, even Muhammad Ali's got 5 losses. Yeah. And he's the greatest of all time. But that the has got to go thing feels like quite a modern thing, Dave.
Yeah, it's the Floyd Mayweather effect. I think Floyd Mayweather started it. I've been talking about being undefeated the whole. Now he retired 50-0. But for me, the best fighter of all time, probably Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
You look like you got Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran. These men all was defeated. And I think the mark of true greatness is being defeated and coming back.
I agree.
So, I'm not a great fighter at all. I'm a good fighter, but I think an entertaining one in and out the ring. So I'll continue to keep going as long as I can do that. For me, I pride myself, and my value comes from entertainment. So I can't talk about being undefeated. I can't talk about being great. And I'll leave that to them guys that are. But for me, sport is an entertainment game. It's all about entertainment for me. So yeah, they can have undefeated records. And, the likes of me, Derek Chisora, will just, we fill out arenas, and we do that because we're real, and, we just try and entertain. We don't be something we're not. We just crack on and have a scrap, and that's that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's so rare you hear sort of real humility from a boxer. I find it incredibly refreshing. When you're 10 rounds in and you're knackered, you're thinking, I've got to do 6 more minutes of this. Did you go for a lot of hugging? Did you like get and whisper in his ear, and it's all right, you've got this one, lad.
Just don't hit me and you can win. Yeah.
The tactics were, we thought he was going to get really tired, so I took a few punches and I thought, right, he's going to tire down in a minute. Any minute now, I'm going to hit him. And then the minutes kept going by, and he weren't getting as tired as I hoped. And I thought, starting to worry now. I thought, well, at what point are you going to get tired? I caught him at the end of the 9th round, and I thought, right, here we go. And I nearly took him out in the end of the 9th.
Yeah.
I go back to the corner, and I was done. I thought, wow, right, he's still there. We're in trouble. So I was absolutely knackered. Yeah, last couple of rounds, they were long rounds. I was just walking forward, just trying to land a big one. Like, I'm not Muhammad Ali. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to see me dancing around the ring all skillful and that. And I just walked around the ring, kept my head down, and just kept swinging the right hand over, just thinking, please hit him. But I got beat. He was better than me. And like I say, in boxing, I'm just honest, really. I'm a good fighter, but I'm not great. And I got beaten. That's fine. So I tried my best. I got a few things wrong on the night and got beat, and that's that. But hopefully I'll win the next one.
Brilliant.
Oh, well, look, good luck to you whenever
Dave.
it is, and we appreciate your time. Thanks so much, Dave.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Dave Allen there, the White Rhino. So, yeah, tonight, Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley face off for the WBO interim title live from the O2 Arena. Our expert
I think we've
boxing
pulled one
team.
back, Max. I think we've pulled one back. We're 2-1 boxing now.
Yeah, you didn't say styles make fights, but he was, I would say, and I've interviewed a lot of boxing.
Punches in boxes. Punches.
I've interviewed so many boxing in the Soccer AM glory years. He is my absolute
Best one.
standout favourite by an
Best one
absolute
by a mile.
mile. I would say. So, yeah, the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel will have a watch-along live on talkSPORT at 7:30 tonight. You can watch it live on DAZN as well. And there's always time for time difference. We'll do that next. let's go live to Channock Services southbound. There's always time for time difference, and here's your host, Ollie Clink.
Clinky.
Good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, clinkety clink.
Yeah, we're good. Can you get on with it?
Get on with it. Stop waffling.
Yeah, can you stop flanning already, guys? This is time difference, of course, where you guess the times of goals from the week, and it all gets a bit spicy, really, doesn't it? Should we decide who's going first?
Yeah, go on.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, Charlie, what hand is my phone in?
your left hand.
It's incorrect. It's in my right hand.
Oh.
So, you're starting for us. So, our first game was
Well, hang
West
on,
Ham.
I can decide if I'm going to go first or second.
Oh, can you? All right, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
No, that's
can you get on with it, though, if you're going?
Do we need to speak to Jeff, or when do we bring Jeff?
So we need to
Hey, Jeff.
No, well, so far, isn't it? Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
Hello,
Jeff
Jeff.
Peters, Victor Scorer.
Very good afternoon to you. It's Max 17, Charlie 12. That's the scores this year. So Charlie still has an opportunity to win this year, but he's running out of time.
Okay, okay then, Ollie. I'll go first.
Go first. Okay, here we go. So the first game is West Ham 0, Brentford 2. West Ham kicking off their horrendous week with a 2-0 defeat to Brentford on Monday night, with Igor Thiago opening the scoring. But at what time did he score?
Do you know what? I thought it was going to be last night's game, Charlie. That's why
I did,
went
yeah.
first.
I kept the real. I kept
First.
an eye
When
on
did
last
Igor
night.
Thiago? When did he score his first? Did you say?
Yeah.
Which
One
game
is
is it,
first,
Ollie?
yeah.
Say it again.
It's West Ham
I know
0,
it's right.
Brentford.
It's right.
Oh,
Pay attention.
sorry.
21st minute.
I was just thinking what I'm going to have for my lunch because I'm on Virgin Radio 2 till 6. So I only got
Stop
an hour.
fanning in, Charlie. What are you saying?
21st minute.
Yeah, the 23rd minute.
Here's how it sounded when it went in.
Can't come down for him. He sets it back for Thiago. Good save initially by the goalkeeper, and it sneaks in on the rebound off the inside of the post.
It was the 43rd minute.
Ooh.
So, how do the scores look, Mr. Jeff Peters?
Well, Max is 22 minutes out. Charlie is 20 minutes out.
Yes.
So it's Max 22, Charlie 20. Charlie leads by 2.
Easy.
Great work.
Ollie,
Yeah, go on.
can you just go to your settings on your Zoom thing and check your mic is?
I think you're coming
Is it
through
all
on
right?
your laptop.
Through
I think
your
it's coming
AirPods.
through on
You're
your
coming
laptop.
through the AirPods.
Or your
Coming through the
AirPods.
laptop.
Yeah,
AirPods,
I mean, you know.
You look like you're in a cell as well, Ollie. Are you being held in a cell at the moment, or?
I'm being held hostage at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe I think my microphone might be broken.
I think we just have to carry on with
okay,
it. Just
that's
carry on with
okay.
it. Stop
No,
flanneling.
it's
Get on with it.
Anyway, it's time for doctors.
I shouldn't have brought it up. I shouldn't have drawn attention
Shouldn't
to
have said
it.
anything. Everyone was happy.
Get on with it, Ollie.
Okay.
Goodness
Charlie
me.
to go first. Charlie to go. Oh my word! Right, it's Villarreal 0, Manchester City 2. The Champions League. Good work by Savinho, assisted Bernardo Silva on Tuesday night in Man City's game away at Villarreal. But at what minute did the ball, Charlie, hit the back of the net?
Yeah, no idea. No clue. 38th minute.
It's pretty good, that, I think. I think it was around there. 43.
Let's see how it went in.
Rico Lewis finds Savinho for Manchester City inside the penalty area. Crossing for Bernardo Silva.
Lovely.
Some good
It
comms
was
there.
Great comms.
Good comms.
the 40th minute.
Oh, Baker. Really great.
So, Jeff, how's it looking?
Max 3 out, Charlie 2 out, Max on 25, Charlie on 22. Charlie extends his lead to 3 with 3 to go.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Easy,
close.
mate.
Very close. Right, Max. Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. Arsenal breezing past Atleti on Tuesday night with Victor Gyökeres silencing some doubters. But when did he score Arsenal's third and his first of the game?
78.
Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? The second one went in off his
What
knee.
say you, Charlie Baker?
Second one went in off his knee. First one was
tackle,
like
wasn't
the tackle, yeah. He's quite spawny, isn't he, Gyökeres? 79.
Oh, okay. Let's see how it went in.
It fell kindly for Victor Gyökeres, who's been anonymous to this point, but he turns on the 6-yard box and just about squirms the ball into the bottom corner.
It was the 67th minute.
Ooh, rubbish.
Oh,
So
so
Max-
Jeff, how's it looking now?
Yeah, Max pulls back 1 minute on that. So Max 11 out onto 36, Charlie 12 out onto 34. Charlie leads by 2, 2 to go.
What a game.
Yeah, I don't want to slow the game down. Is my microphone improved at all? Just on the technical side of it?
No,
not
really,
at all.
no one's noticed. No one's noticed.
Coventry 2, Watford 0 on talkSPORT 2 currently.
Why are you trying to send them away
I'm not,
just because
I'm just
his mic is
saying.
not good? It's not
I'm just
bad.
saying, you know.
Don't get a complex about it, Ollie. It's fine. It's
well,
fine.
yeah, it's just playing my mind. Anyway, if you guys could just let me crack on it. Anyway, so is it Charlie next? Charlie first next? I think it is.
That's how Turn It Goes works, Ollie.
Okay, good. Chelsea 5, Ajax 1, Charlie. It was a good evening in West London on Wednesday. Chelsea thrashed Ajax 5-1. But in what minute did Wout Weghorst score Ajax's only goal of the game?
Yes, car horse, as Andy Jacobs calls him. Very nice. It was a penalty, wasn't it? 37th minute.
Oh, that sounds good as well. I'm going to say 33.
What about you, Max?
33.
Let's hear how it went in.
Wout Weghorst from the penalty spot has given the Dutch travelling fans some hope.
Bang! Direct hit for Max Rushden.
Oh, it goes back to 0-0. It's 0-0. 0-0.
It's do you know what? It has gone back to 0-0 because if the person trailing gets a direct hit, it goes back to 0-0. Max would have actually be leading by 2, but them's the rules. It's 0-0. If there's a direct hit on the final one, and the person trailing would have won, then they will win.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand that, but it makes sense. Okay.
All comes down to this. Okay.
So who goes first?
Right.
Do we have to do a coin toss again?
Max, you go first, don't you? Or do you want to do another coin toss?
Yes, please.
It's up to me, really, actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is up to you.
You're the boss, Ollie.
What you should do, Ollie, is just get on with it. Stop flanneling.
Take ownership. Get on with it.
What hand is my phone in,
Own your stuff. For goodness
it's in your
sake,
right hand.
Ollie.
It's definitely in your right hand because your left hand is in the air.
We can see your left hand on the screen.
Yeah, you have to be observant.
I'm just pleased to know what you're doing with your right hand, to be honest. Right.
Come on,
let's go. You're better than that.
Save that for Virgin.
Save that.
Who's going first?
2 till 6. Never miss a goal, never miss a beat. Let's go.
Okay. Sean Dyche got his first win as Forest manager in his first game in charge against Porto on Thursday. 2 penalties, 2 goals. But at what time did Morgan Gibbs-White score their first penalty?
9th minute.
10th
minute. Here's how it went in.
Gibbs-White takes a step back, runs up, right-footed, sends the keeper the wrong way, and Nottingham Forest lead.
It was the 19th minute.
Oh, what a fool!
So Charlie was 10 out on his guess of 9, and Max was 9 out on his guess of 10. The final scores are Max 9, Charlie 10. Max wins 18-12. Is what Max leads Charlie this year in time difference. We had this on the
Thank you so much.
didn't we?
I think that's Bayerman's 5th.
That's Bayerman's 5th. But you know what I meant.
Let's not worry about it.
You know what I meant.
Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Charlie. Me and Barry back tomorrow at 11. Adrian Durham is next.